Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Casual Cactus, our weekly foray into gamey type stuff. We're on a little bit of a hiatus from our Glassbreakers Guild sessions. Those of you who've been here in the last 3 or 4 weeks know that we've welcomed a new addition to our family. The lovely Stephen and Nat have welcomed their lovely little girl into the world. And while they are recouping, we are on a bit of a tangent. We've had a Bounty Society game run by the ever-gracious Braden. We've had an Intrepid Insurance one-shot run by our very own Danny. And last week, Lance ran us through a Shadowrun campaign, and we're about halfway through that. Hopefully we'll get that finished up tonight. The plan is to next week pick back up with our Glassbreakers Guild and the continuing adventures of our party in the jungles of Schult. But until then, we've got another episode of Shadowrun for you guys. Just standard reminders, top of the show, we do have our YouTube channel where we do catalog all of our goings on here on the channel. I think that's already in the stream. I will put that, I'll go ahead and put it in the chat again just so you guys are aware of it. So you can find all of the Glassbreakers Guild episodes, all of the secondary content that we also do, including the one-shots that we're doing here. And I've always sort of laughed at the term one-shot because we never do it in one. It's always like 2 or 3.
I always have a problem
But we
with
call
that.
them one-shots. But be that as it may, they're up there. You can watch them. They're a lot of fun.
My one shots are a 3 burst.
Right. We do also have our Discord server available. A good place to keep up with news for this channel, as well as Kyrie and Danny's creative streaming channels as well. I've got a little in-character section there for you guys to interact. Any character, any system, doesn't really matter. A lot of fun. Go there, check it out. That being said, I think we can dive right in to the continuation of the campaign. Unless anybody else has anything to add.
No, I don't.
No? All right. Well, then Lance, the floor is yours.
Alrighty. Alright,
A woo.
A woo. He sounds
woo.
so enthused.
A
Give me
woo.
just a second to pull up my notes.
Just my seating arrangement. But I'm comfortable.
Comfort is a must.
Also, just so the viewers know, I took some time and did up a couple of cheat sheets.
I didn't.
So I won't be flipping back and forth through the PDFs. that was a bit of a chore last time.
All right, so first, why don't we go around and remind me and everyone else of your characters' names and sort of who you are. We'll start with you, Keith, and just go around.
Okay. So I'm Jolly Mom. I hail from the Caribbean. I am an elf, and very dark skin, pointed ears, dreadlocks because the Caribbean, all of that. There's a strong smell of something that hangs about. I am a technomancer, which means all your tech belong to me.
I have a one question real quick. In the Matrix, can you look like however you want?
Yeah.
How do you look in the Matrix? Just a curiosity.
That's a fair question.
I
never
don't
really
know
came
that-
up.
I don't know that any of you have seen me in the Matrix.
No, because we haven't been in there yet with you.
Nope.
Well, presumably because you guys have been working together, they would have seen you at some point.
Just
Yeah.
a giant avatar of a blunt.
No, I rather suspect it's more something a little bit less distinctive, and
Just the Apple user outline.
yeah, it's sort of the generic. It's sort of the generic Minecraft Steve skin. that everybody gets when they first start. And when it's not that, it rotates between like 3 or 4 different like completely anonymous avatars.
Just wondering from my.
Yeah, avatars do not fool me.
I'm Dark Horse. I'm a large man, orc, actually, from the Sioux Nation. And I, look like an orc, but Native American. It's pretty much my thing. I'm also incredibly technologically inept, apparently.
Can't even use a USB.
I'm much better at tactical things than you. Hush your face. What else? What else do I want to say?
Whatever else you think is important for your character.
I'm kind of the strong, quiet type, so meh. It's probably about all you're getting. Kind of look like a biker, Native American orc.
I am a dwarf. My name is Professor Chaos, which may or may not be referenced to something else. It's an awesome name, though.
Your own personal Alex.
And I am pretty much like another professor from a certain TV series. I am pretty much an old man that likes to create things. And my goal is to weaponize magic.
And you're a dwarf, right?
Yes, I am a dwarf. So I am the short old man.
I am Adam Evening. I am a augmented man. I have a robot arm, and I have guns. A considerable amount of guns. But that's about it. All of the guns. So.
Guns.
All right.
Lots of
So
guns.
last time you guys wrapped up some simulation training. You practiced using your abilities, and you guys took a job for Mr. Johnson. He asked you to find out who was going to be at a meeting at Xiaodong Real Estate Holdings in Denver. Through your contacts, you guys learned that Xiaodong is a subsidiary of Wujing Limited, a Chinese mega corporation.
One of the top 10.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys also learned that the governor of Denver, we'll call him,
The
a
governor.
dragon named Ghostwalker, is starting to open up more access to the megacorps to Denver. You guys also discovered that you took this job working for Mr. Johnson, who was sent by Ares Macro Technology, another one of the Big Ten. They tend to focus on arms and spacecraft. You guys got a hold of the blueprints and cased the offices. You discovered that there is a secret basement, not on the blueprints underneath.
Yeah.
And so, for you guys to remember, Xiaodong has 2 buildings on their property, and the secret basement sort of connects the both of them underneath. Through some excellent rolls of yours, you were able to sketch in what the basement most likely looks like underneath. You also learned that Wujing typically uses spirits as part of their security. Spirits are sort of manifestations of natural phenomenon that are powered by magic. They mostly, unless they're powerful enough to actually manifest, they can only be seen in the astral plane, which is sort of it overlaps. It's sort of like the Feywild or any of the other planes in D&D. It overlaps with the physical world. So you learn that that's where most of their security will be held. You also discovered that another Shadowrunning team had been probing the security, and you traced them back to an executive club in Denver, referred to as Club 66. And you, being as well renowned in Denver as you are, you know that there are only 2 other Shadowrunning teams as good as you, based in Denver.
Yep.
This is one of them. You guys came up with a plan, I believe, to get a drone and have it enter through the sewer system.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Yes.
And I believe that is where we left off.
Yep.
That is exactly where we left off.
So, your drone.
Yes.
There are two options that would fit what you're looking for.
Okay.
The first one costs 4,000 yen. It's a small, it's about this big,
Okay.
and it can hover. It has a single camera. It's small enough, and it's quiet, so you can probably sneak it in. It is a little bit more obtrusive than the other option, but it is faster, and it has a greater range of motion. The other option is a smaller, maybe about that big.
So softball versus baseball.
Right.
Okay.
Size drone. It is sort of shaped like a spider, and it has adhesive appendages, so it can climb on any surface.
Nice.
So it's smaller. It'll probably be easier to hide, but it is slower, and it is limited to, it has to stick to a surface. It can't just sort of float in midair. That costs 2,000 yen to start. If you guys want to come up with ideas for upgrades or add-ons for your drone, you can buy those potentially for a cost. Both drones at their base will be able to stream their whatever they're seeing back to you, and it'll save whatever they record back to the matrix. So potentially, even if the drone was found and destroyed, you could still pull the data off the matrix.
Okay.
Spider or hover? And before we ask that, what is everyone looking in
What
liquid assets?
Sort of what sort of upgrades would be available?
If you can imagine it, there's probably an upgrade for it.
Invisibility?
That would be my first question.
Well,
Yes, is
cloaking.
invisibility or
Yeah.
is cloaking an option?
It is.
It's gonna be expensive.
It's
I bet.
expensive. And the only thing within your realm of availability would be very limited. It would only last for a short duration before it ran out of juice. And it wouldn't quite be true invisibility. Think of it more like active camouflage.
Predator
It's
style.
really good, but you can still notice that something's off.
Okay.
But it's better than, nothing.
It's like Predator.
Exactly. Very much like that, or like the Halo active camo. Like if you notice like it looks a little weird. It looks like the light is bending weird around it. But so long as you're being pretty stealthy with it in the first place, probably won't get noticed.
And
Or-
when you say it doesn't last long, sort of quantify that for me.
You could probably get a system that could give you a good 30 seconds of active camouflage.
In total or?
In total.
Okay.
So you wouldn't have to use it all at once, but the battery would be able to hold about 30 seconds worth of active camo.
So, a couple of thoughts. Either we attach some way an additional battery, or we design the spider to look like an office appliance.
Additionally, this is strictly technology based. There aren't very many people who dabble in mixing technology with magic.
Right.
Lucky for you, you have one. So if you wanted to come up with some sort of magical
Mhm.
solution, that you might get some better options. The baseline stuff you can buy is going to be pretty much just technology based.
In this regard, I can help with backup plans and
Mhm.
liquid
Just
financial assets,
Out of
but I'm not
curiosity,
useful for much else.
what would the cloaking shield run? Or the cloaking mechanism run?
Probably about 6,000 yen.
Woo!
So what's everyone got in liquid assets?
I've still got 14,000.
I got about 4,000.
I got about 3,600.
Yeah, 22,000 and change.
22,000?
That is what it says.
Wow.
You had
Alright.
11 points left.
What's that?
You had 11 points left.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I decided that
Yeah.
probably staying liquid was a good idea.
I spent all mine.
Fair
liquid
point.
assets.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I did a pretty good job staying liquid, but that's impressive.
See, I spent all mine to be able to get that
Right.
later on.
Right. Um, trying to just.
Well, if we can if we can cloak, I would suggest the hover ball.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking.
I
that
will-
30 seconds is a little tight.
Well, that's what I
I
wanted
will
to
also point out that the connection to your drone goes through the matrix, and it has the average level of encryption on it. So imagine like nowadays when you connect to your bank, it's got
Yeah.
about that level of encryption to the connection.
Or,
It's not
okay.
top, but
Well,
decent.
And yeah, like it's enough that no one's gonna accidentally stumble into
Yeah.
it, but also it's not top of the line
Right.
secure.
Oh, so.
I mean, I'd take 30 seconds. As far as I'm concerned, this thing's not going to last the trip.
Well-
So as
well-
long as we can live stream it to the Matrix, and it dies, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I still think we should put a self.
We're gonna get 500,000 yen.
What would it take to beef up the encryption?
How good do you want it?
Are you a
Give me an
programmer?
example in real world terms about how secure you're thinking.
From Apple phone to NSA.
What I'm sort of envisioning is setting this thing up with a VPN.
Okay.
To like a personal account server on the Matrix.
Okay.
That so it'll be like super encrypted, like what's the technology? It's
like-
blockchain.
Okay. All right.
Blockchain,
All right.
blockchain encryption, so that it can't get. No, one step better. Quantum blockchain.
All right.
Not my head,
through
know what that is.
through my VPN to a private, partition.
I would
somewhere.
say the encryption software would cost you about 12,000,
Okay.
and the private server. Are you buying one, building one, or renting one? All are viable options.
For this, probably just renting.
Okay. For the time frame you'd need it for, figure about 800 yen
Okay.
for that.
So,
Right.
so what
Can
if
I
we
create a
classify somewhere?
program?
Hmm?
Can I create a program to do all that?
You could.
Because I am very efficient in software, electronic warfare, cyber combat,
Time
and
is
hacking.
time is a factor.
Also,
and
we're probably
you guys
gonna.
are short enough on time that if you messed it up, you would not have time to redo it and try it again.
So yeah, I will.
Fine.
Honestly,
We're gonna need your
I think at
skills
this
to
point
defend
I will
it
Plop
anyway.
out for the drone, the hover drone.
Okay.
Upgrade with the cloak,
So you're looking at 10,000.
10 grand. Is there an option to extend the battery life?
No, the problem with the battery life, it's less a function of how much you're paying. It's more a function of the size of the drone itself.
Okay.
Adding
So I
extra
won't-
battery would make it too bulky.
I won't worry about that. The cloak will then be sort of a last ditch effort. So we're about 10 grand for that, and what did you say for the rest?
The server would be about 800. The encryption algorithms would be 12,000.
12,000.
Does the hover ball have a arm? I'm thinking doors.
No, it
Okay.
is just a ball.
Might be a good thing to put like an armor or something on it so we can open doors or something. But it doesn't make it sneaky.
No. Okay, so so I can spring for the drone. I can spring for.
I can give you 4,000 to help with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
That'll be-
that'll
yeah.
I mean, we can cover the encryption software. We can cover the server with that. We can cover everything we need to
There's
do.
4,000 yen.
Cool.
I'll
So
do
that'll
4,000.
I don't need all 4,000. I only need about 400. So that's all I'm gonna
400?
take from
Okay.
you.
Okay, I'll give you 400.
So
All right.
so that's sort of my kit at this point.
Was there anything else anybody wanted to add? I know there was talk about a self-destruct feature.
Yes.
I'm sure when they find it, they'll blow it up. Even if they do, it'll trace back to the server, and hopefully by then we'll be gone.
Well, I want to make sure the drone doesn't have any serial numbers or manufacturing identification that could come back to us.
Roll me.
That's a hardware problem.
Yeah, that'll be hardware and
That's not. That's you. It's all up to
I'll
you.
say intuition.
To script the VPN. To
Intuition.
script the serial number off this.
Alright, you'll have to remind me again how to do this.
So you take your hardware skill level
Yep.
plus your intuition
Yep.
level. That's how many d6s you get to roll. A 5 or a 6 is a success.
That's right. Okay, so that's going to be 14.
Goodness.
Two,
Keith,
3, 4,
decide which one of your
5, 6,
aliases rented the
7.
server and bought the drone.
You're probably gonna have to burn this one too. So.
Ready.
Just in case things get dicey.
Yeah.
1,
Dicey.
two,
Sorry.
I'll have to remember how much. I need to buy some fake IDs. I think I've only got
Okay.
one. Yeah, I need to get more.
4, 5. That's 7.
All right, yeah, you're able to find. You're even able to
14.
find a few hidden identifying marks that the manufacturer put on the interior of the drone. You're able to open it up and pull those off.
Okay.
Well done.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm the professor. I can do anything.
So what's our backup
Today
plan
I'm not
if
gonna
the
argue.
drone blows up before we get our information?
So, from my Google Earth
Uh-huh.
reconnaissance, what are the most likely avenues of approach to the building?
You can trace the routes from the nearest highways to that would lead to the building.
Okay.
So what are you wanting to do with that information?
Is there a common driveway between these two buildings where people are going to have to stop, or is there an underground garage that they'll drive
So-
into? Or
Parking lot.
As far as you guys
Parking lot.
know, there is just a parking lot that serves both buildings.
Okay.
Now there was a secret basement, so there could be some other method of accessing it.
Okay.
You don't think that there's an underground garage or anything, but you could be wrong. You guys don't actually have a solid floor plan of the basement. You sort of sketch one in based on everything you can
If the
tell.
drone blows up before we get our stuff, can you hack in and take all of the security feed?
It would be
It'd be
tough.
challenging.
It would
but-
be tougher, but yeah, we could make that a viable plan B. Plan C. Any of you guys know how to use a camera?
I do.
It's a camera. How hard can it be, right?
Then just sit there and photograph
Well, we're
everyone.
gonna be in a sniper nest, which is watching the whole place. So
If you see anybody drive up to the buildings, take a picture.
okay, I'll just take a picture of everyone I see.
And we'll remind you, your job was to find out who they are.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you will need
We also
to
have
somehow.
the facial recognition software that hopefully we're getting, right?
Can we not also utilize the idea that if, sorry, I'm far away, if everything fails as far as the technology side of it, we go in and make them aware that they're being hunted by another group?
I think that was.
A different group,
That's
yes.
Plan C. Plan A was the drone. Plan B was using cameras, and Plan C is talking to
the
them
plan,
directly.
plan B was me hacking into the.
That's what I mean by using
Yeah.
cameras. And
Okay.
Security cameras.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
and that would also be with the taking pictures with the camera.
Can we just hack into security cameras and take pictures as they go in? Wouldn't that
Yeah,
just
but
be
then
easier?
that would mean they know our presence.
That's right.
Well, that's why we're using the drones. So
That's right,
hopefully
that's right.
they don't sense our presence right off the bat. So
I sat in exactly the wrong spot. There we go. Now I'm not split personalities. Okay.
well, I think we've got a good plan. We've got a halfway decent plan. Oh, Plan D is to find whoever took it and take what they got.
Yes.
Yes.
That's if we. Well,
Although they're getting information, so it's really just if we can't get information and they can.
You guys technically don't know what it is they're doing. You know they've been probing the security of the same place
Fair.
you've been probing. You don't know what their interest in this place
Well, we
is.
can assume.
Right. You can assume it's the same thing as you, but you don't
Might not
actually.
be
No one
a-
actually figures it out.
It's an assumption, and
It's
you
an
know what
assumption.
assuming it
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's wait for the people to show up.
Any other things you guys want to build,
I think
prep?
I think I'm set as far as my part goes.
I
If
will-
you guys have other ideas?
I will remind you, as of right now, you have no way of seeing spirits.
Nope.
None of you can see into the astral.
Nope.
At
You
this
guys
point-
have not acquired anything to let you.
Is
At
there
this
something
point-
that can let us? And what would that be?
You could try and buy a magical artifact that could give you that power. Also, Nate could try and build something that gives you the ability to see into the astral.
I think our plan was not to be there.
But we
That's why
should
we had the
probably have
drone.
something for in case.
Yeah. Just in
With
case.
my augmented eyes, can I get an upgrade to see into the astral plane or no?
No. Like I said, people who mix technology and magic are really rare. That's not a very common profession. The best you could do is either have Professor Chaos make you something, or you'd have to go find one of the specialists who does that.
Chaos, you got a program that I can upload to my eyes to see the astral plane?
I could probably make something, but I don't have anything offhand right now.
Okay, do we want to try and make it and we can have a buyer or a seller on hand for in case you fail miserably? I'm not saying that you will fail miserably.
So, given the time it would take to whip something up, you have either, and the time it takes to set up a buyer to buy this off of, because, like I said, it's a very
One or the other?
niche market. Yeah, you have time to do one or the other, not both.
Do you want to flex your insane genius, or shall I
I would like to.
make my contacts?
I don't know if anybody else would agree.
I'll allow Professor to give it a try. Even if we don't, then
I'm comfortable with this. I mean,
Okay.
he might not be a great tactical thinker, but he's interesting with inventions. So,
What check would that be?
First, decide what it is you're going to make. Be as creative as you would like.
Yeah. Alright, so this is for the real world, not the Matrix.
Right.
Okay. I guess the best way to do it would be to make goggles that you can take on and off, and
not anything stylish.
so
Okay.
Like chemistry class goggles.
I was just thinking aviator goggles, but aviator goggles, glasses.
no, I tell you what, let's do it steampunk style. So let's do.
stick out like a sore thumb, but okay.
Hey, we're gonna be on the rooftop hidden and all that stuff. And
True.
actually, let's make them like glasses, like the old school Ben Franklin glasses. You can.
Okay. All right.
And like we'll have the original lens, just regular glasses, and we'll have like 2 additional lenses. So one to see the astral plane, and I guess one to do something I don't know yet.
Can you see the Matrix through?
I was thinking maybe
IRL.
that.
Yeah, if you wanted to build it so that it essentially let you see augmented reality, you could do that too.
I think that'd be a good idea. I was kind of
I
thinking
already
that, but
see
yeah.
it, but for you guys, but for all right,
How many of these we're gonna need?
Many as you can make.
probably
Maybe one each.
at maximum
Well.
at least 2 minimum, so at least the 2
At least 2.
beefy guys can go in.
Okay, we'll do
You'll
that.
be able to see it. You won't be able to interact with it.
That is true.
True.
Can
But
it interact with us?
if they manifest in the physical, you can, touch them. They can touch you.
Okay.
But the astral is it's in this weird space where, like, in the astral you can see the physical world. You just can't touch it
Yeah.
until you manifest in the physical. So with these, you guys would be able to see things roaming around in the astral, but you wouldn't actually be able to touch it except for Danny with her magic. Dark Horse with magic could affect them.
Yes, that means I should probably actually get my magic out so I know what I can
Yep.
do.
But if they're going to hurt you, they will have to manifest in the physical realm, and then you'll be able to hurt them.
Of course.
Crap, where's my magic?
Try first, means you can.
There's my magic. Look at these things.
Can I create a proton pack?
Is that?
This is mine.
Oh, okay, that's yours. Okay.
We have limited time.
A proton.
Like,
Probably not in the time you have available.
okay, fine.
Especially since you're working on another project at the same time.
Fine.
I like where
That's
your
an
head is
idea.
at, though.
That's an idea for another day.
Okay, so we'll start with the glasses. Go
All
from
right.
there.
What is your magic rating?
Magic rating. You mean like magic resonance?
Yeah.
I don't think I got anything in that.
You took the aspected magician ability, right?
Yeah.
So you should have at least one, because that gives you one.
Okay.
If you didn't put any points into it or anything, it's probably still just at one.
That's probably one then.
Okay, that's fine. So to make the astral glasses, that's gonna be. Ooh.
I have
I'm gonna-
arcane. I got alchemy.
It will be artificing
artifice. Okay, I got that.
plus logic or intuition, your choice.
Let's see. Logic, intuition.
How many is it?
Okay. So artificing 6, intuition 4, so that'd be 10.
Okay, so go ahead and roll.
Roll good.
Oh! So out of the first 5, 4 of them are successes.
Ooh,
All right.
nice.
Go ahead and roll again. Same
The
thing.
other half.
2 successes.
So 7 total.
Keep going.
I only got 10. So.
That was 1.
Oh.
That was 1 roll.
That's 3.
Go again.
And that is 1. That's 2.
All right. So after all of that work, you have finished one pair of glasses with the astral lenses.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I need more time.
You have more time. You could probably make another 4 rolls, and then you would be out of time. It'll
Okay.
take 10 successes. Now that you've made it, you know. It'll take about 10 successes each time to build one set of glasses with just the astral lenses on them.
Better than nothing.
So you've basically got another 4 chances. Once you hit 10, you have made a full pair.
Okay. Okay. So I can either make another pair of astral glasses, or I can take this one and put on top of it the matrix stuff.
I already have augmented AR in mind.
Yeah.
So.
So I think the astral
Just
one
yeah,
would be
just
better.
focus on astral.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take those out. Crap, that's a 1. 1 success on that one. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2. That's 2. I get one more.
Yeah, you get
You
one
have
more
to
roll.
roll
You
4
need
more.
4 or more successes to finish this pair of glasses.
Come on.
I think you just did it.
So that's 1, 2. That's right at 4.
All right, so you finished. You have 2 pairs of astral lenses.
Whew, that was close.
Mhm.
So, while he's working away, like inventing stuff and
Uh-huh.
weirdness, I think I would like to. I think that I'd like to utilize.
Woo, freestone!
Yay, freestone! I like that sound.
Yeah.
That's just a happy sound.
So funny.
Let's. I would like to. What was I gonna do? Dang it! I lost it. Oh, I would like to use my street knowledge, for safe houses to
Okay.
plan us an escape route if everything hits the fan.
All right. Good
Oh.
good planning.
We also have all those brochures of the houses.
Yep.
I do.
Yes.
Isn't it a nice sound? It's a really nice
It
sound.
is nice.
We also have what?
All the brochures of empty
Empty
houses
Yeah.
for sale.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So we could probably utilize some of the sale homes and whatnot, hide in their own places. I'm not sure if they might have security systems on the empty ones though. So
I don't know what it's like in 2077. But
yeah, I
You
don't
would
know.
assume there's some sort of
Some
security
kind of-
system. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we would have access to some safe houses. So
Yes.
that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
All right, so you have an escape house prepped. So like you've got the route planned, you've got a place you can hide away, you've got some supplies stocked there in case you have to stay there for a couple days till everything blows over.
Awesome. And I'm also kind of aware, like, is this the shortest building in the area? Are we surrounded by skyscrapers, or will we be?
It is. There's some of the shorter buildings in the area.
Okay.
There's no like skyscrapers, but a lot of the other buildings around. So both these buildings are 5 stories tall.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the other buildings around are about 7 or 8.
So we're gonna be on the roof. Can I use?
Are we on a roof or are we just in a room high up?
That's your guys' call. Do you want to be on a roof? Do you want to just
I
set up
think
in a
roof
room
would give
across
us
the
more
street?
more visibility by others.
It
See,
also
that's
gives
my
it-
thought, but I thought I remembered you guys saying something about being on the roof earlier. So that
Well, that was
Well,
because
yeah.
of helicopter. But we
But
did
there are no
But there are no
helipads.
helicopter.
Oh, okay,
places.
okay, gotcha.
But if we're on the roof, it'd be easier to escape.
Not necessarily.
We wouldn't be locked in a building if the security went off.
No, you'll just be locked on top of a building.
Jump.
With
Can
no
I
weight.
use small group tactics, professional knowledge, to find like a way visibly, like physically, to keep us covert in one of the.
Don't worry, I got
Not-
this. I would
not
like to use
really.
my professional knowledge sniper nests.
Okay, hang on. Small group tactics is more about like planning out. It's used when you're in combat, or like if you guys were sneaking in, and it's used to coordinate between all the members of a team,
Okay.
so that like everybody knows where each other are. You sort of, it's almost like building a playbook of different plays you could
Okay.
use to make everybody more effective, and so that everybody kind of knows what's going on. That's more what small group tactics is about.
In that case, I would still like to use small group tactics, but to devise like kind of a coded system for us to talk to each other without bringing attention to each other, and an actual escape method to get to the safe house. That
Run
The
away.
escape method you could do, the coded. I mean, you guys sort of already know how to talk.
okay,
You know,
we
like you
already
guys
have
aren't
that.
obvious, right? You know, it's like, oh, we have the birthday cake. We'll be delivering it. You guys already know how to keep things.
Okay.
We'll figure what those
Yeah.
code names are later.
You can go ahead and
So-
roll that sniper nest check to try and improve your sniper nest so
I
that
like
it's
that.
harder to
So
discover.
just what would I roll? Knowledge,
what-
sniper nests plus what?
That would be logic plus your ranks in that skill.
There we go. I'm
So
gonna re-roll that actually because I had to. Some of them ended up on top of each other, so I feel like that's not great. Okay.
4 for me.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to make some minor modifications. You sort of like pull things back from the windows so you're hidden in the shadows. You prep it.
So as far as like devising an escape method to said safe house, 3 successes.
Okay.
So yes, it's half. That's not
What
bad.
are you doing, Jolly Man?
Working with my
Ah.
getting the drone and the stream from it set up.
So because you spend this whole time prepping those glasses, anyone else want to modify the drone besides the things you bought?
Ooh, let me.
Hey.
I know there was that discussion of the self-destruct
Mr. USB
thing.
over there.
Someone
I mean-
else will have to install it because your
Yeah.
scientist is building astral lenses.
I am
Yeah, I
good
will-
at demolitions.
So I will take your assistance.
I can give you my assistance as well. I'm more inept with computers and that kind of stuff.
I've got a little bit of hardware knowledge, so yeah,
Oh,
I'll,
jeez.
I'll consult my demolitions experts and rig up a self-destruct.
So for you, Keith, this is going to be logic plus hardware to install the explosives. For one of you two, this is going to be intuition plus demolitions to make explosives.
What's your demolition score?
I've got
I'll wait till they.
I've got a 4,
first.
so you might be better than mine.
Like 4 total?
Yeah.
My
Take it.
intuition is a lot higher than yours.
Well, my intuition, intuition.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
demolitions
intuition.
plus intuition.
Oh, okay. So demolitions was logic. So my intuition is 4. My demolitions is 1. So that's a 5.
I have 6.
Go for it. Knock it out.
Oh, I hope I don't blow myself up.
Doesn't
blow
take
yourself.
a lot.
Yeah, 2.
No.
Okay.
Just 2.
You are able to build an explosive. It's a little unstable,
I mean,
but it'll probably be fine.
Eh,
it'll be fine. I mean, that's
just
the whole
don't bump
point
into
of it.
walls.
Questionable.
Yeah, just don't bump into the
Just,
walls.
yeah, so long as nobody's like drop kicking the thing or like throwing the thing across the room, it probably won't go off.
Yeah.
Not sure about this mom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
So you get this brilliant idea to build to install it in a little chamber that has like some gyroscopics and stuff so that it stays pretty stationary to curb the volatility of the explosive.
Mm.
So yeah, it'll definitely only go off when you trigger it.
What's
Good.
the trigger mechanism gonna be?
I'm not sure we should.
just
A
tell
big
them.
red button in the Matrix
No.
that only you can see.
No, see, there's a big red button in the Matrix for sure, but it doesn't do anything.
It's the decoy.
It's the decoy.
Okay.
when you look at him because it doesn't do anything, he'll just be like, oh, it's on a time delay.
Okay.
Yeah, the actual trigger is probably more like.
Don't tell us. Don't tell us.
So,
Okay.
Code
yeah,
word.
I'll
any other preparations you guys want to make before going in? Once you guys are in, you're in. You will no longer be
Yeah.
able to prep. You'll no longer be able to access outside resources.
I
It'll be you and
grab
what you have.
a really good camera
Okay.
to take with us.
Okay, where are we gonna be stationed?
You guys have built a sniper's nest across the street on like the 7th floor of one of the buildings. And so you guys found sort of like an abandoned room and you just sort of set up in that apartment.
The question is, do we all want to be in there, or should we spread out?
And we show up together.
I'm gonna be a little busy, so
Yes.
You need a guard,
I need a guard.
which I'm at least useful for that since I am
Mm-hmm.
like. I'm terrible at technology. I can
Except
at least.
you need to be available to handle any of the astral guards.
Well, available, yes, but I can
Yeah.
still be near you.
Okay.
So I can be available and near you. Can I use my black and gray market networks to kind of set in motion this idea of if we don't show up to a specific checkpoint, like they don't know what our mission is, but if we don't show up to a specific checkpoint, they end up essentially creating a giant diversion for us?
So you can definitely ask your contact to do that, and he will happily agree. But it will require him to involve other people that you may not trust. He alone, you trust, he's got a good relationship with you, but to have that kind of distraction, you're going to have to recruit a lot of different people to help with it. So you potentially could. They might flake, they might not. And you can't be sure that word isn't going to get out that you have that set up. Because you're going to have to involve so many other people to like build a distraction of that size that you can't really trust all of them.
Involve as less people as you can.
Fair enough. Well, I was thinking like have a single point of contact that orchestrates the thing without other people knowing why it was orchestrated or who orchestrated it. So like having that single point.
You might not be on the list of who's involved in the distraction, but your contact definitely would be the person on the top of the list as like the guy who set all this up.
Yeah.
So if anyone can trace him back to you, they can figure out you're involved. Like I said, it's doable, but you are opening yourself up to the risk of like you're
What
involving a
kind
lot of
of
people you don't
distraction?
know.
What do you guys think? Would you want to back up as far as that?
No, too risky.
Well, what kind of distraction?
Depends on what they can orchestrate. I've got quite a bit of network in the black market dealings that happen, kind of some of the ones that happen below the street, some of the ones that happen above them, dealing with a lot of the corporate.
Let's keep this on a need-to-know
Okay.
basis.
Mm-hmm.
Works for me.
What we could do, like, you two stay with him to protect him. I could go up like 2 blocks, potentially hack a building and set off all the alarms.
Can't you just do that in the Matrix?
Yes.
We could just plug.
Yeah, I forget.
We could just,
I
we could
Yeah.
also
just
will
plug it
point
in
out
the
that
apartment.
setting off the alarms in a building isn't necessarily going to distract anyone at Jiaodong. It'd bring the police around,
Which could be useful.
bring security forces over, but it won't necessarily have like affect
Yes.
anything going on at this company.
Yeah, but that would just
Now, an explosion, on the other hand, might impact a lot of things. I'm not saying we should.
Don't give him any idea.
Not saying we should. Not saying we should. Just throwing that out there. Like, not something that would
Could be just prepared. I was thinking it, but I wasn't going to mention it.
So, you know, it's an option if we needed something. But we don't have to. It's fine. I'm just thinking of the things that I have available to me and what
Yes.
other things I can do with them as extra measures before we pull the trigger on this thing.
It shouldn't be that hard to blow up a building.
It isn't, but
Yeah,
I don't
we're
know
all
if we
gonna
want that
die.
kind of attention.
Don't forget we're going to be in that building, and we probably don't want to
No,
take
no,
down
no.
one of the ones around us.
I would go down a little ways.
I think we're fine on distractions.
I mean, we do have several different plans of action, so
Fine. Take my fun.
I'm not against having. I'm against having something to scale you're discussing, but just like a flashbang kind of a thing to create some smoke and freak out. That's
It'll
totally
be a small
thing.
building.
A small building.
Yeah, no.
Be like a 3-story.
Just forget.
Instigator.
Yes, forget that I said anything about explosions.
3-story in comparison to like a 10-story? Yes, that's small.
You know, it'll be like that scene from Batman where the Joker is blowing up the
The hospital.
hospital.
Yep.
Fine.
Let's not. I was thinking more in the way of just like thunder, not actually striking something with lightning. So let's just not. Let's forget I said anything.
Well, if we need distraction, one of you guys can hack a car and drive it into the side of a building.
I can't hack anything. But...
I was referring to one of the inept ones.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm the inept one. They're far more apt than I.
One of the uninept.
Uninept. I like that word. We're gonna roll with it.
Sure.
Okay. So, are we?
Alright, are we
You guys
doing
ready?
this? Are we doing
I
this?
think we're ready.
I'm ready.
Ooh, we're gonna die.
All right. So then, from this point forward, I need everyone to decide what gear of theirs they are bringing, what guns you have, what ammo you have, all that stuff right now.
I am going to bring.
Okay.
I'll probably just have my arm pistol with a couple of rounds in with it.
Okay. The more equipment you're carrying, if you wind up having to run or you have to be mobile, it will slow you down if you're carrying a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Might not come up, might come up, just depends.
Say that again. Sorry.
The more stuff you bring, especially like bigger, heavier stuff, like if you bring lots of ammo or things, it will slow you down if you guys have to like make a run for it or if you need to move to a new location or it might happen, it might not. Just know that the more stuff you bring, you'll either have to ditch it or it'll slow you down.
Okay. I think I'm going to bring my fidget? Flechette.
Okay, I know what I'm bringing. I am going to bring my telescoping staff because I'm an old man. I need my cane, and I'm going to bring my snap blades. I will have them under my jacket though. And I'll take. I have a pistol. It's the Ares Predator pistol, and I'm gonna have that on the side here.
Do you have a cyber deck?
So I do actually.
Are you bringing it? If you don't bring it, you will not be able to hack anything.
Yeah, I better bring it.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring my the first one. I'm probably gonna go ahead and have my AR in case I need to set up as a sniper.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna bring my my combat knife and an urban tomahawk.
All right.
So I've got my two Ares Strikers, combat knife, lockpick set inside, in the inside pocket of my armor jacket, carrying my cyber deck. I've also got my med kit.
Okay. And what were you bringing, Braden?
Just my arm pistol
Okay. And your camera,
and a
I assume?
camera.
Right. And you've got the drone, I assume.
Yeah.
Who has the astral glasses?
Probably the two combat.
Not
me,
him.
Not me.
Me and
Probably them
Black
too.
horse, dark horse,
Dark
All
Horse.
right.
dark horse. Yeah.
Good news, everybody! I got glasses for you.
Thank you.
Do I look awesome?
Oh yeah, very nice.
I actually don't care, but
All right. So you guys go and set up, about 5 or 6 o'clock, right as the sun's going down. You know the meeting is happening sometime tonight. You do not know when. You do not know where in the building. You assume since they have a secret basement, they're
Yes.
probably meeting in the secret basement.
Is
Makes
the
sense.
drone in position?
Yeah, we'll set the drone in position.
So go ahead and take one of those, either the green, the yellow, the orange, the black markers,
Oh, let's go orange.
Because why not?
and
Why not?
just set it in one of those so
Oh,
that
okay.
it's sitting in the sewage system, ready to pop out of the bathroom at a moment's notice.
Okay.
Satellite link, that counts as gear.
Satellite link?
So, yeah, I mean, if I'm like out in the middle of nowhere stuff, and
Yeah.
just, okay.
That would-
I mean,
that
I
would
got it
count as
on
a
me, just in
piece of
case
gear. Okay.
connections dropped.
All right, so you guys sit there for a good little while. Nothing of particular interest is happening. You guys are watching the parking lot. Employees are leaving for the day. Really, nothing of interest happens until about 12:30, and you guys do see the lights on the ground floor of one of the buildings come on.
Okay.
Camera zooming in.
You see some security personnel start moving around and, sort of setting up like they're waiting for something. And about half an hour later, 2 black SUVs pull up. You guys see several bodyguards get out and they escort 4 different people, 2 from each SUV, into the building.
Pictures.
Pictures of
Yep.
everyone.
Pictures.
Alright.
They go into the building. Can't really see where they go after that. They leave the lobby.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to do besides take pictures?
Thermovision with my augmented glasses to the whole place.
Oh, I have thermal vision anyway.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
kinda
Not like
forget that's a
mine.
thing. Yeah, yours is probably much better.
There are guards patrolling
Yep.
on the different floors of the building.
Okay.
There are a lot of guards, but given that you know there's some meeting happening, it's not surprising.
Right.
You can't see anything about any sort of secret basement.
Right.
Nor
but
can you.
as I follow them as they
Okay,
go in.
you watch them get in the elevator, and the elevator goes down and disappears from your vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
So they went down, assumingly
I'm
to
gonna
the
kick
basement.
off my cyber deck, tapping into the live feed and just going ahead and just recording.
Okay.
So we've got a local recording of what it's seeing. And
Alrighty.
then I'm gonna slip into whatever control I need to have for that.
You want to watch the
So-
live
okay.
feed?
So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I will watch the live feed.
Are you going to watch it in AR or VR? You can do either or.
Stay on this plane for the moment.
Yeah, I'll stay conscious for now.
Technically, all of you could watch it in AR if you want. You will have to be in full VR to drive.
I'm
Yeah.
watching the whole thing
Well,
for different
so
things
I'm
to
gonna-
happen.
I'm gonna sort of sit back in the office chair that I've
Acquired.
acquired or that I've commandeered, and I'm gonna prop my feet up on the desk, and my eyes roll back in my head
All right.
as I slip into the matrix.
I'm a bodyguard, your ass. Maybe not specifically your ass, because that would be weird.
So,
but
what are you having your drone do?
Well,
Not crash.
It pops up out of one of the toilets, and you're in a stall.
all right.
We should have installed thermals in this thing.
All right. So I am going to. First of all, I'm just gonna sort of listen and see if there's anybody in the bathroom with it right now.
You do not hear anyone within the bathroom.
Okay. So I'm gonna sort of hover up over the stall and sort of peer around and see what we see.
All right. You are in the ladies' bathroom. There is no one else there.
Okay.
It is dark.
It is dark. Okay. How hard a time am I having seeing things because it's
Not
dark?
hard. So that room you're in, there's light spilling in from that open doorway.
From the open
There's
doorway?
no actual door on that.
Okay. All right. Sort of weird for a bathroom, but okay.
It's not a real bathroom.
The problem is we've got to get it somewhere.
Alright. Yeah. That is the tricky bit. Are the audio sensors picking any sound of any type up from anywhere on the floor that I can tell?
Roll me hardware intuition.
Hardware intuition.
I think we should go ahead and hack the security
Four,
cameras
that's
and put it on a loop.
We could. The problem is once we do that, people are going to know
That's,
something's going on.
Yeah.
It's 2 successes.
I think we should rely
Okay.
on the cloaking ability
Where's your laser?
at the moment.
Only when we have to because of how limited it is, but
Well, I mean, we got 2 cameras
Okay.
looking inwards. I mean, how are we
So-
gonna get out?
Why was it cloaking? That's what.
And I apologize to anyone watching on Twitch. We don't have a camera set up for the map they have, so I'm gonna step off camera a sec to show them. All right, so
there we go.
you hear the humming of heavy machinery in this room,
Okay.
and you hear more heavy machinery, like the hum of just stuff running down this way somewhere. You don't really know where. And that's about all you pick up from the sensors.
Do we know what floor we're on?
This is
You're in the basement.
Yeah.
In the basement.
So it's in the basement.
The question is, how do we want to do this? As soon as we did that bathroom, drone's there. Once we activate the cloak for 30 seconds to get somewhere.
Yeah, but once we get somewhere, I mean,
There's also a chance that whoever's in charge of watching the cameras, or whatever program is watching the cameras, may or may not notice your drone. It is
Yeah.
small enough, it could slip through.
right.
You just don't know.
Okay. How tall are the ceilings?
Average.
Just average
So
height.
like
okay.
this
Yeah.
this tall. Like,
Okay.
there's-
So,
What kind of ceilings?
yeah.
good question.
Yeah. What kind
That
of
is a good
ceilings?
question.
That's a very good question. Thank you.
So the ceiling is, it looks like solid cement.
I was hoping for the panel.
Any sort of like ventilation systems or anything like that?
Not that you see.
Interesting.
Should put a
okay.
flashlight on the drone.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
You can turn it on and off.
Going down the hallway.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Okay. So I was hearing hum of machinery here and hum of machinery there.
So in that room right next to you, you definitely could hear it, and you could hear the same humming from somewhere down that hallway.
Okay. What sort of? I mean, what is it? What kind of humming? I guess is my question.
Probably just machine.
Server.
It's sort of like the humming of generators almost. Not quite. So it's not like a generator, but the hum of that sort of like heavy electrical use machinery. Now the machine's like you know it's something big.
Right.
You know it's not quite a generator because it just doesn't fit. So you assume it's some sort of big machine, and it's not currently doing anything loud.
Okay.
It's hard to tell by just the
Hard
sound.
to tell by just the sound. Okay. Okay. So from where the drone is hovering, I can sort of peer through this door here, and I can see the door across the hallway.
Yeah, so the door across the hallway, so this is a sliding door.
Okay.
If you positioned over, you could also see that this is another open door similar to yours. This hallway is lit,
Okay.
and in here, you, like right by the door, you see another sign for the men's restroom.
Okay. So restroom there. Sliding door, and is that sliding doors closed?
Yeah,
I
so
assume-
all of the
okay.
doors that are like this
Uh-huh.
are sliding doors.
Okay.
Any door like this is a traditional door that opens, and
Okay.
these doors are elevator doors.
Got it.
And they're like big industrial-sized elevators.
Okay.
They are each, as per usual, each square is about 5 feet.
Okay.
Well, we can't really do anything until we look down the hallway and see if there's stuff in the hallway.
Okay. So
Do you want to go for it?
If there's stuff in the hallway, we might be able to hide behind those.
So I'm gonna sort of hover up close to the ceiling
Uh-huh.
because I kind of presume that the cameras are gonna be aimed more like down.
You are correct.
So looking to try and find that those sort of blind spots at the
Mhm.
periphery,
Okay.
and I'm gonna make sure that I'm not moving super fast so that I'm not attracting whatever motion sensing or whatever attention of
Yeah.
whatever
Uh-huh.
is looking for motion. So
Yep.
I'm gonna move slow, and I'm just gonna sort of peer out
Just kinda
into the
peek out.
hallway and just sort of back and forth and see
Okay.
what I can see.
So as you move around to the hallway, I need you to roll me in agility and piloting drones if you have it. If not, aircraft
Okay.
roll. And I will
I'm
go
glad
to
you're
see if
doing this
anybody
because I
knows
have
this.
none of those abilities.
I'm good with watercraft and groundcraft. Everything else is trash.
I actually took a
couple of ranks of piloting aircraft.
Smart.
Yeah.
So,
Smart.
and agility, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Hey,
One success.
oh, shoot. Chaos. Do we have that facial recognition program with us?
So as you inch out, that hallway, running all the way down and all the way back, is pretty empty. Like almost clinically, like in a hospital, empty. Like there's no seats outside the doors. There's no like tables or vases, like like window dressing type stuff. It is empty. It has like that linoleum tile looking white floor.
Very industrial.
Yep,
Or
beige.
Institutional.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The beige walls, still that cement ceiling.
Okay.
And in the hallway, the ceiling goes up to about 12 feet.
Okay. Can I pick out where knowing to look for the cameras, can I sort of pick out where the camera emplacements are?
Excuse
Yep,
me.
like I said, on the map, all the blue
Yeah.
squares, those are the cameras that you can see.
So I can sort of
Yes.
mark them and know where they are.
so you
do
got
I
two.
do I get a sense that my plan of sticking close to the ceiling and moving slow is maybe a good one, or am I already getting that sinking feeling that this is not going to be as straightforward as I thought?
It is hard to tell. You can't quite tell. Like when you're looking at a camera, you can't always tell exactly how wide of an angle they have.
Yeah.
It looks like they're pointed at the ground. You're confident that they're not directly pointed at the ground, but you're guessing that if you're showing up on any of these cameras, it's right at the top of what they're seeing. So as long as you move nice and slow and nobody really pays too much attention, you'll probably be fine.
All right.
Caleb, did we get that facial recognition program?
You did not. You could acquire it after the fact, but as of
Yeah.
right now, you have no
Okay.
facial recognition software.
We can do that later.
Thank you. So we already have what we want, as long as the facial recognition works.
Okay.
This is just the backup.
So, given the layout, just for sort of my
Yes.
brain power,
Which elevator?
which end of the building would the guys from the SUVs have come in? That one? Okay.
So they came in.
So, if I were to gander a yes, I'd think the fire one.
Now I'm assuming you're discussing this with us as you're finding these things out.
I'm not sure how much I can talk.
You
Because
can,
because I'm fully immersed.
but you can talk over your comm link.
That's
to
true.
them.
That's true.
And you all have access to this floor plan,
Yeah.
so you could be blipping on essentially a shared floor plan where you
Yeah.
are.
Well,
And they can see-
that you can see on my
We have a
on my
projector.
desk on the cyber deck.
Would building design and infiltration tactics be something that I can use right now to help?
How do you want to use it?
So we have this information based upon what you have told us regarding angles, where the cameras are, what the floor plan is more exactly. So
I tell you what, guys, hang on.
okay.
Hold that thought. I would like to make my way down this hallway and sort of set up up at the very roof of the ceiling, up at the very roof, up in this corner here, if I can.
Okay.
It's sort of an empty spot where there are no camera
Yep.
coverage as far as I can tell.
Same rule as before.
Same roll as before. Okay.
Do good.
And that was agility and
Agility and piloting aircraft.
piloting aircraft. Well, that kind of sucks.
Well, crap.
No successes at all.
Oh dear.
And 2 1s.
Oh dear.
Does that have an impact?
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's gonna hurt.
So, as you go to move, you are a little too hard on the throttle, and you zoom all the way down the hallway. And not only do you zoom all the way down the hallway, in your panic to try and course correct, you bring the drone down to what, if you're looking at a security camera, what is essentially the middle of the screen. Anyone worth their salt watching just saw your drone.
But
Back
did
it up. Bag it up.
But
Bag
did
it up. Back it up.
Back it up, back it up,
Just
back
bag it up.
Hide it, make it think it was a program glitch.
What are you going to do, Keith? 10?
Once I realize that I've sort of foobarred, I have to hit the cloak.
All right.
Okay.
You hit your cloak, and it disappears.
Get it moving now. Get
Very
it moving. Get it
difficult
moving.
to
Get it
see.
moving.
Move it, move it.
So I'm gonna at this
Take
point.
it over to the far corner.
Yes.
Right there. Right there. Right there.
Where?
Right where your cable is. Right. Put it right there.
So right here.
Yeah. Or and if you can you get into that
Yep.
closet?
Well, is it open?
No.
Okay.
All
so
the doors are currently
then,
closed.
Then no.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
having done that, I'm gonna zip my butt over here and same plan, upper corner, up as high in the corner as I can get, hopefully shadowed, definitely out of the camera.
All right. It will take you 9 seconds to get into position.
Okay.
Do you deactivate the active camo or leave it running?
I'm gonna leave it running until I get in position, and then I'm gonna drop it.
All right. So just know you have used up 9 seconds of your
21
available.
21 seconds left.
21.
You have markers. Mark it down. 21 seconds. 21
Yeah.
seconds in drone.
All right.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
The drone.
21 seconds left.
Now, interestingly enough, roll me that hardware and intuition again.
Someone might hack it.
Hardware. Intuition.
Okay. So, on our lovely little map that only we can see. So in this room to your right, you can hear the sound of voices.
Ah, okay.
There's the sound of that humming of machinery from this room.
Right.
And this hallway does not have that same clinical look. It's got a normal size ceiling, so this main hallway is the only one with the big one.
Okay.
Okay.
And this one has, the linoleum changes right, as you step into this hallway. It's now sort of like a green and brown marble color.
Okay.
Ew.
And there's the usual tables, there's vases, there's window dressing. The walls are not just plain. They have a very interesting sort of oriental wallpaper pattern to them. And the doors on all these, while they are still sliding doors, they look like wooden, fake wooden doors with little windows that you can see through.
Okay.
You could just hear through the door.
How loud is our little drone?
Not very loud at all.
All right. So I'm gonna, adrenaline pumping. I'm gonna once I've got it in position, I'm gonna sort of roll back the footage a bit and see as I was blasting by that door if I saw anything as I went by.
You cannot see through that door.
Okay.
So those doors in the main hallway are solid steel plated. It looks like
Right.
there are no windows to see through.
No. This
That
one
one.
here.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
You
Frame by tedious frame.
Okay, roll me that intuition, and it'll be perception this time.
Can I assist him?
No.
Okay.
Intuition and perception at a -5.
Probably for the better. I'm still using my camera to check out the area.
-5.
Like, with what he's describing
Takes me
as...
down to a single die.
Ooh.
Ouch, man.
Ooh.
Succeed. Succeed.
Please.
6.
Woo!
Yay!
So in that room,
Yeah.
there are a series of chairs. Now the room, as you guys can see on the map, the room is weird. It's like a normal room, but the back edge of it is curved.
Yeah.
You could see rows of chairs and a podium up on like a little stage with 2 AR displays on like the circular part. It looks like some sort of like
Conference?
briefing room or meeting room or like something where you're giving a presentation.
Okay.
Press
And there
conference call.
are a group of about 6 people in that room talking.
Okay.
Get the drone closer.
I'm gonna tag the clearest still frame of the mad dash by the door that I can get. I'm just gonna tag it to look at later, and then I'm gonna pop back into like here and now with the drone.
It is at this point.
Oh, dear.
We're going to back up a little bit.
Okay.
Baseball bat.
Those of you who are watching the
Yeah.
parking lot, shortly after you start inserting the drone, you see 2 more cars pull up.
Okay.
One is another SUV, similar to the
Okay.
others.
Okay.
The other one is sort of like a sports car. You don't recognize the make or model,
Uh-huh.
but it's very flashy. It's almost like a Corvette style. And these 2 gentlemen get out.
Yeah.
Snapping pictures.
And pictures of the car.
Everybody else has been dressed in business attire. These 2 are dressed much nicer than that. Still conservative enough that they're not flamboyant, but they look wealthy. Extremely wealthy. And they head in, go down into the basement.
More guys coming your way.
At this point, Keith, where you have just looked through, you hear the elevator doors open.
Which one? The far one?
Can I
The
tell
close
which one? Is it the near one or the far
That
one? That one. Okay.
And you hear the sound of people walking down the hallway.
Just cloak when they go by.
In the hallway he's in, you said there might be some little stuff in there.
Yeah, there's like some stuff on the side, like window dressing type stuff, like what you might see in like a lobby, or if you're walking around. Like, you know how businesses, like the area they take clients to, they usually sort of try and make it look all nice and.
Hide in a
Hide.
box.
Hide,
Yes.
hide in a bush.
Yes,
Hide in a bush.
I didn't.
Right now, you're in a camera blind spot. If you move, you're moving back into the camera's view.
Yeah.
But we still got a few seconds of cloaking.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
You could cloak, go there, and then uncloak.
About how long would I estimate that it would take them to come all the way down the hall?
for that.
If they're walking at just a sort of a
Like
walking.
what? About 30
pace.
seconds, maybe.
15, 20 seconds.
Okay.
Oof, it's tight. Okay.
15,
So I'm
14,
gonna kind of wait.
14.
I'm gonna hold off, stay where I am, and I'm gonna wait until I start to see the first one of them come around the corner,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm gonna hit the cloak.
Okay.
If you can get them to the door, you could go inside.
So,
You should-
they come around the corner.
Cloaked.
It is 2 gentlemen.
Okay.
One is an elf.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
The other is an orc.
And
Richly dressed. Neither of them is wearing a tie,
okay.
but they still have like the really nice suits. They have this almost swagger to them,
Okay.
and they definitely stand out from everything else you've seen about this place.
Okay.
They walk down the hallway,
Okay.
and we'll see if they notice you.
I do.
In
have it
cloak form.
cloaked,
I know.
And
so-
and everyone in
And
our
not
little
moving
room,
at all,
you can
just
hear the
sorta-
butt cheeks.
A pin could drop.
So as they walk down, they do head to that door. It slides open, and as they're turning, the orc kind of goes and looks over towards your drone. But after a second, he just walks through the door.
Go. Zip in. And find the corner.
Find a place to hide.
Okay, roll me
Wow.
agility,
It's
piloting
like-
aircraft, at a -3 for the speed you have to move at.
Is there anything we can do to help him?
No. Not unless one of you can
Okay.
jack in and help
So-
drive.
So agility is 3, piloting is 2, at a
I
-3,
guess
takes me to
nothing.
2.
You can spend an edge and get 5 dice.
I mean, how many do you have?
You
You are
might-
down 1 edge, I
I
believe.
am down 1 edge.
How many you got?
I've got 3. So
I believe that would be a good
I think
I'm
now
gonna
would be
go ahead
good.
and
Please.
I'm gonna blow an edge. I'm gonna burn an edge.
Burn it hard.
And so that gives me,
What's the other
that
one?
gives me 5 additional after the
Yep.
okay, so 5 additional.
So,
So start with 3,
He's gonna run into
add
the door.
the 2, take away the 3.
It's gonna close
Add
right as the
5.
drone's coming through and catch the drone.
Yeah.
Ah. 2 successes.
Alright, you barely make it.
So I'm looking for any place where I can put this thing where it can see but not be seen.
yeah.
So lucky for you, there are no cameras in that room.
Yes, but
Once the door closes, you are shielded from any cameras outside.
You don't need to
I'm
see when
just
all their
worried-
pictures.
I'm
Just
worried
hide
about-
to
I'm
here.
worried about
Hide to here.
people. So
You assume, so if you put it up in a corner and don't move, most people will not notice the drone. There are no security personnel in this room. There is no one in here who looks like they are
okay.
sort of scanning for threats. So you're probably safe as long as you just
So-
stash
so
it up in the
just-
corner.
So basically, it's a whoop.
Yep.
And that's where I'm gonna be.
Now, it is at this point something unexpected happens.
Of course.
it does.
Dear.
Yep.
Camera.
You guys hear over your comm links. All right, Smiles, are you guys in yet?
Oh, they're here. I don't say that.
Yeah.
That's player me.
You hear a
just-
response.
I just.
Yeah, we just came into the room. We're good. All right, you guys see anything interesting? I might have seen something, but I wouldn't worry about it. All right, just make sure you get the information and get
The
out.
two
All right,
well-dressed
you
ones.
got it, Cheap Rock. No problem.
Write things down. Write things
You
down.
keep your end of the deal. Okay, you hear me? You keep your end of this deal.
cheap.
You're
rock.
here now. I have introduced you. It's now your job.
Who?
Well, Cheap Rock's easy enough.
Who are you
Yeah.
talking about? Cheap rock. Oh.
Hey!
He promised me he would spend real money on bits if I got him into this as a villain.
Well done, villain.
Yeah.
Well done,
Cheap
villain.
rock. Okay.
So, as this is happening, you guys hear this ear-splitting interference as you fly your drone into the room. And you hear from 5 I think it's 5. Let me double check. You hear 5 voices you are not familiar with going, "What was that?"
Oh dear.
Kite, was that, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, that was nothing on my end. That was some weird shit. What is, and again, it happens, that same thing. Every time they talk and every time their voices get just a little high-pitched, there's this terrible feedback. I would like,
Okay.
any of you who would like to roll me hardware logic at -3.
Where's hardware?
Computer?
Hardware?
Or computer would work too.
Computer what? Logic.
Computer logic at -3 to figure out what's going on.
That is 1.
So 4 plus minus
Ooh.
3.
I have no idea.
4, so
Hang on,
logic
hang on.
plus computers,
And
which is 4. So 1.
give me a second here, guys.
1 success.
-3.
I should have decided.
I got
4 successes.
12 dices on that one. So that's 1, 2, 3. Four, 5, 6.
Oh, jeez.
So all of you realize, apparently, your rivals in this business here in Denver are more alike to you than you thought. You are in fact using the same encryption algorithms,
Oh wow.
the same frequency, and the same protocols to communicate over your comm links as they are. And you have started picking up each other's comm links.
So.
Of course, they're all in this.
I grab a. Do I want to do? Why not? I grab your cyber deck.
I can impersonate voices.
No, I go like this, and I look for a playlist.
Thank
Tell us, Nate, what sort of playlist do you have on your cyber deck?
I am curious as to what Professor Chaos listens to in his spare time.
What's the one song that I play that you hate?
One? I have to narrow it down to one? The Gummy Bear song. That's terrible.
No, I was thinking the other one.
Which other one? You play several.
I go to
Oh.
the equivalent of
Yeah.
Spotify.
Yep.
The other one. The other one.
The
Freaks.
Hard to Be Humble?
No, Freaks.
I don't hate that one. It just gets stuck in my head.
And I would like to do this. This is Butterscotch on the radio, bringing back the live hits of today, playing the next sequence in the playlist. Click, and I play music through the comm link.
Roll me
Amazing.
Con,
charisma
Just got popped.
plus con at +3 because this is an excellent idea.
Hold on.
Can I play
so,
my song?
Charisma
Yes, okay.
plus
Con.
con.
Plus
I also have
three.
acting group. Plus
The acting group bonus just gets added to con.
right.
Yeah,
So,
but
Plus the acting group for that. Plus 3.
Yep.
So 7.
Go ahead and roll.
Kill it. Kill it, yeah.
Oh yeah, we can't do it on stream.
1.
One.
Oh.
One success.
For all that.
I know.
So some of these dice are getting fired, eh?
Maybe.
You hear in response, oh yeah, real cute. And your cyber deck stops playing music.
Oh, they. Oh. I'm gonna.
You hear an ear-splitting, painful screech, like metal on metal coming through your comm links. Anybody who's not going to pull their comm links out, you're going to take damage.
I can't.
You can't. You can't.
I can't.
I'm gonna pull it out like
Yeah.
close enough that I can still hear voices, but so that it's not gonna be like in my ear.
Roll, for the two of you who can't pull them out, roll me willpower
Mother buckets.
to resist stun damage.
Just
So just your straight willpower, every success you get cancels out 1 point of damage.
1.
Alright, you each take 2 points of stun damage.
Where do we put it? So how do we do that on the stun damage tracker?
Mark off 2 of the boxes. Every time you fill up 3 boxes in that condition monitor thing, you take a -1 to every roll you make from the wounds that have been inflicted.
Ooh.
Stun damage cannot kill, and it heals fairly quickly, but it still is painful.
Yeah.
So I had already had 2 stun damage from our little training scenario.
Yep.
Should have done better.
So okay then.
So, it is now your turn if you would like to do anything.
All right, so I'm still sort of driving the drone here, but I would like to pull away enough of my attention to see if I can start homing in on the other teams.
Do you at least have
Okay.
the drone recorded?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah. Well, my cyber deck is still recording.
By the by, that noise
Mm-hmm.
hasn't stopped. They are essentially jamming your comms.
Yeah.
Can I turn mine off, or
Can we?
is there a way I
we
can turn
can
mine
go-
off?
put
we
them
can
on
go
a
to a
different
different
channel?
frequency,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it to a different frequency.
You guys can just put it to a different
Yeah.
frequency.
Turn to a different frequency. Like put a piece of paper. Show what frequency.
Well, how are we
we're
going
on.
to tell him though?
Can I just
I-
change
I-
yours for you?
Mm.
No.
It's
Nope.
internal.
Yours
Plugged in.
it's an internal. Never mind.
Now you guys.
I can hear you wherever you go.
You guys
but
can
the
still
problem
send
is-
the equivalent of text messages to each other that
Okay.
won't be
Yeah.
intercepted because those are not on the same frequency.
Yeah. Send you a text message with the new frequency.
Yeah.
Well, at least
so
we now know what
I'll
frequency
swap
they're
over.
on. We could listen in once in a while.
Keith,
Yeah.
you would like to trace. You'll have to leave the drone where it is for now,
Okay.
but you can.
So I can't split my attention like that.
No.
No. Okay.
No, it's you're either in the drone or you're in the matrix. You can't be in both.
All right. So yeah, I'll sort of lock it where it is and make sure that it's not going to go anywhere and leave it recording, obviously, and it's streaming to my cyberdeck, and so I'll hop over into the matrix and see what I can. do.
All right, roll me. Sleaze, and what exactly are you trying to do?
Well, first of all, I want to see if I can find where their gear is and shut it down.
All right, roll me computer and sleaze.
Okay.
I should have done something to counteract being inept at computers. I feel pretty useless.
Mm. We know what frequency they're on. We could just annoy the crap out of them with stuff.
I'm okay with this. I can also mimic voices.
Yeah. But we gotta get them to stop
And I
that
gotta
soon.
remember my limit.
They probably switched their own phones elsewhere.
Probably. Oh, we could scan different frequencies and see if we pick something up.
Really?
I mean, you guys can. I can.
successes.
Yeah.
You start to follow the trail and get stonewalled.
Ooh.
Whoever knows their way around computers on their end is blocking you. By the by, you have guns that don't use computers. Do any of the rest of you have guns that were specifically non-computerized? They would have been called throwback.
Oh, I'm not sure that they specifically.
What of my arm? What about my arm?
Like they're.
Yes, it's connected.
They
Uh-oh.
didn't say anything about being computerized.
What weapons do
Everything
you have?
is, unless it specifically
Oh.
says otherwise.
Tell me what weapons you have, and I
I
can
did
tell you
not
whether or
know
not
this.
they use.
I got the Ares Predator.
That does.
I've got the Colt America.
The FNHAR
That does.
that does have computers, and then the flippy
Right. Yeah, so all of
The-
all of
the-
your
the-
guys' weapons have some. They're in some way connected to the Matrix for better integration. A lot of them have like a smart gun system that helps you keep track of how much ammo you have. It helps you aim and stuff.
Dang it.
Oh boy.
Oh,
This
dang
isn't
it.
good. I wish we knew about this earlier.
I would like to extend my attempt to get to them.
Go ahead.
Oh, we gonna die?
No, not necessarily. They're just trying to.
Okay. The magazines in all of your guns fall out.
How does that work?
Oh, I guess your cyber arm is good. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Oh, I
But-
like the idea of your arm just falling
But
off.
yeah, your guys' guns just.
So 4 additional successes, so that makes 6.
You are managed to track them. They're in a building across the street, on the other side of the complex from where you guys are. And by the by, they know where you are.
Well, we know
You
where they
can
are.
see. So all of a sudden, as you're like following them through the matrix, you see this outline of another person start to appear. There's one thing about it that kind of sets the hair on the back of your neck on edge. There's this woman. She looks like a cat person. And she has these weird little cat kitten things. At first you assume they're programs helping her, and then you realize they're sprites.
Oh.
She is a technomancer.
Of course she is.
Exit scene. Exit scene.
So at this point, it's up to you guys to decide who is going to do what. The other shadow running team knows where you are. You now know through Keith's help where they are. Also, no one is monitoring the drone that is watching the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming, Keith, you inform them of your discovery?
Yeah.
So they can see us from across the way.
So if you look out the window, you can see the barest flicker of movement in essentially the same room on the other side of the complex. You can tell they're doing the same thing, like...
So, question. Are we allowed to talk about what we're doing with other Shadowrunners, or is it supposed to be hush-hush?
It's up to
Never
you guys.
said.
Do we have a piece of paper?
I'm sure we do.
Okay, I'm going to grab a piece of paper, Sharpie. I'm going to write one of my burner phones and plop it up against the side of the window
Uh-huh.
and hope I get a call.
Okay. Alright, give me a sec.
This is suddenly like spy Tinder.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Doctor Who, Doctor and Donna.
Yeah.
So, after about 10 seconds, in the meantime, is anyone else doing anything? Except for you, Keith. We'll get to you in a second.
Yeah, that's.
Is this office building like empty?
Unless I have to
Yeah.
start shooting
Pretty
people, I'm
I
not
mean,
sure there's
people
People
definitely
definitely
work
meet.
in this office building, but you guys
Yeah,
came in
pretty
after
sure.
they left for the day, so as of right
Is
now,
there
it's
tape? Is there tape in there?
empty. Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna put my clip back in. I'm gonna tape it so it can eject.
Okay. After
That's
about
creative.
10-15 seconds, your burner comm line starts to
Okay.
ring.
Hello.
Hello?
Go away.
May I ask who this is? You don't have to give me a real name. Just give me whatever.
Who are you?
I'm Butterscotch.
Well, then I guess I'm cotton candy?
All right, we'll go with that.
Okay, I thought I didn't like these guys, but maybe I do.
What? Why are you calling?
Well, you guys. Well, we appear to have found each other.
Yup.
You stay out of our way. You stay out of our way. We'll stay out of your way.
Roll? Is one of your skills persuasion?
Hello.
I have
hello,
negotiation.
Butterscotch,
I
Mr.
have etiquette, negotiation, leadership.
Okay, I will give this choice to you. You can, don't tell me what you're rolling. You can roll either negotiation plus charisma or con plus charisma, depending on whether or not you're being honest in this offer.
No, I'm being honest. So
Can I assist with negotiation?
You're not
Since
on
you don't
the
have any
phone.
way to join the call at the moment, no.
Okay.
what happens when I spend an edge point?
You get 5 dice.
5 more dice on top of that?
Yep.
Okay, I'll do that. These off. And here we go. That's 4 successes.
Roll again.
Oh.
We tied. Roll
Yeah.
again.
Same number,
Yep.
including okay.
Not
Not edge.
including the edge.
Okay.
No.
All of the colored ones are gone.
You can spend another edge to get it again if you'd like, but you don't get it again.
I'll wait.
I'm really thoroughly enjoying all of the bizarre
1.
names that are happening.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We'll take that deal.
All right.
Seriously?
Are they being honest?
Good luck.
Look,
And he hangs up.
Okay.
You guys don't know
Yeah.
anything about what just happened.
I let them know what just happened.
Were they being honest?
I don't trust them.
I mean,
How do we even know how to stay out of their way? We don't know what they're doing.
all we
have no
have
idea
is
what they're
all we
doing.
have is a drone at the moment. It's not like we have anything wrong.
So Keith,
Yeah.
while they're in the midst of their phone call, you are staring at another technomancer, and she's like doing her thing, and she sort of stops
Did you?
and looks at you, What would you like to do?
Okay, so where in the Matrix am I right now?
So you sort of followed them over. So you're almost in this like. You can see like the Denver city skyline around you, and it's almost like you're just standing in like an open plaza in the city. You would know in the Matrix this means you basically just backtrack to where their stuff is. But since it's not in a specific host, it's just on the Matrix generally.
Okay. So she's gonna turn and look at me, and I'm gonna give her one of these. And Ninja Vanish.
Alright, what does Ninja Vanish let you do?
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Ninja Vanish, even the best sometimes get clipped. Maybe you're in a host holding off some IC, but there's just too damn many of them. Maybe you're in the middle of a firefight and the enemy hacker is getting the best of you, and you're moments away from having your debt reformatted when suddenly the Matrix glitches. A little localized reset saves your bacon, and just like that, what are the odds, huh? Yeah, maybe God is on your side? That can't be. Maybe you're just that good. So it just lets me vanish.
So, as a free action, you can spend an edge
I'm kind of
point
curious as to
to
whether
mark,
she'd have just like
remove
stood
all
down.
marks a single opponent has on them.
So
Hackers don't like other hackers.
it'll cost you an edge point to disappear,
He
essentially.
basically broke.
You don't have any more, do you?
I've got one.
He basically broke into her apartment when she's in like.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna disappear, and then I'm gonna beeline for the host for the building that they are in.
Okay.
Huh.
Oh no.
The building they're in does not have a specific host.
Does it not?
So they're just sort of on the internet
Okay.
in the wild. It's like not a specific website. it's
Let
just
me
sort of
know
there.
when I
Is-
get the
is
call and
there-
tell everyone, or this is going.
Is there okay? So what I'll look for then is the control system for the security system for that building that they're in.
Okay.
Don't forget
Um,
fire alarms.
It is at this time that you are informed that there has been a truce called by Braden.
It was at the moment.
Well, so they say.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So how much are we trusting these guys? I'm still hunting for it.
All right, roll me.
Honestly, I would not trust them.
Oh.
Sleaze and computer.
And I'm sure they don't trust us.
No, but we haven't done anything to them, and they haven't done anything to us. So.
I'm just waiting for that baseball bat to the drone.
Who constructed the sniper nest?
I did.
I need you to roll me.
Shush. Shush.
Intuition and stealth.
I don't have stealth.
Then you roll intuition at -1.
Can I do sneaking?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, sneaking. Sorry,
2 plus.
plus intuition.
Okay, so 6.
3 successes.
Okay.
3.
All right. Roll one more.
One more time.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you had it at a +1. So just
Oh.
roll 1 dice to add to that.
Yeah. No, it is.
Okay. So, you do find a fairly, basic security system attached to that building.
Okay. So I sort of imagine it as this like wireframe building, like wireframe ground plan of the building, sort of sitting in cyberspace, and smack dab in the middle of the wall that's not really there. There's this like perfectly rendered fire alarm handle. So I'm just gonna walk over to it. How much do we trust these guys?
Well, I mean, they haven't done anything yet.
I don't trust them. I suspect they don't trust us.
Dark Horse.
Vote goes to you, yes or no?
I would say that the moment they set foot out of line or give us a reason to think that they're not going to uphold the truths, then yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
conjure a
getting cool.
sprite.
Nice.
All right. Roll
That's a
me
good
compiling
idea.
plus resonance. And the limit is your resonance.
Okay, so plus compiling. Where's my compiling?
I can fix my cyber deck.
They only
Just fine.
they only stopped the music. So
So
all
they
they
definitely
did-
hacked it and stopped your music.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
they
you
did.
just have
Oh.
to-
Oh, I thought they
we were
like
talking about
wiped it out.
No, they
Oh.
just hacked it and hit pause.
Okay.
All right, so 1 success.
All right, so you conjure a sprite. It owes you 1 task.
Is all right? And
That's all we need right now.
I'm gonna tell it to wait for my signal, and when I give the signal, pull the switch.
All right, your sprite. It's a very weird impression, but you get the impression that your sprite salutes you and turns and stares at that handle, waiting for your instructions.
2 years later, you're like, oh, I
Then I'm
forgot
gonna
something.
hop out of the matrix and back into my drone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you do so, the meeting is in full swing.
Okay.
The 2 very wealthy individuals
Right.
are sitting there for the meeting.
Okay.
There's 2 other individuals, a group of 2, another group of 2, and there's one individual that you did not see enter. You assume he must have entered while you guys were in the middle of dealing with that.
Right.
Or he did the ninja thing.
Yeah.
And so it's weird because they're using this room that's for like briefings, but no one's up on the podium. They're all just sitting in a circle of chairs in the middle, and they are discussing
It's a support.
business transaction, maybe? I don't know, it's really weird. So the single guy you guys don't know. He is not dressed in business attire. He is in a suit, but it's not super in style. It's
Sports
not,
jacket.
yeah, it's very casual. And he's saying, well, we could be, I suppose we could give you access to part of the airport, provided, of course, that you give Ghostwalker favorable rates. And you see everybody else sort of like turning and talking, and you get the sense they're in the middle of maybe a business transaction? You don't really know.
How high profile is this city government of Denver?
Define high profile.
Like, how well, how much FaceTime do like the movers and the shakers have with like the media? Would they be recognizable faces?
Some of them would. They have some members of the government that their job is PR.
Okay.
And then they have others who typically do not appear in the media in any capacity.
Sir not appearing in this film. Got it.
Yeah. It just sort of depends. You don't immediately recognize this guy, but he's definitely talking with a very familial sense about Ghostwalker.
Okay. Okay.
Just observe for the moment. We're still trying to get names.
Yeah, for the moment, I'm just gonna sort of do that. Yeah, I'm not actually in the matrix right now, am I? No, I'm not. I'm with
No,
the drone.
You're in the drone.
Okay.
Do
So
you
yeah.
need assistance? I can come in and help you.
See if you can't start running a search on the media, on the local media, to see if we can find a face, find a name to go with this guy's face.
Is anyone keeping watch?
I am.
Yes.
Okay, both of you who are keeping watch, roll me intuition plus perception.
I have nothing else to do at this point, so I am definitely
Intuition
keeping
plus
watch.
perception.
So we have a face, but we need a name.
Intuition.
Yeah, we have a face. We need.
plus-
In fact, we have 5 faces, and we need
Yeah.
names for all of them if we can.
Technically,
we can
you
do that.
have 8 faces, or no, 7 faces.
7 fit? Oh, is it?
Because it's
Yeah.
the 2 rich guys, and then there's 2 other groups of 2
Oh, okay.
who
so-
Okay.
who look like businessmen. Then there's the single guy.
3 for me.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Oh dear lord.
Good or
yes, good.
bad? Okay, good.
4, 5, 6.
So yeah, we got 7 faces to put names with.
Okay. I mean, we could do that later.
I've got a journalism friend who might be able to help. journalist
just-
friend. So
Okay. I mean, whatever.
And I have my ex-girlfriend in the government and my brother in the.
we'll be
Marriage,
perfect.
yeah.
So you both see something that is terribly disconcerting.
Oh dear.
You see two individuals, one of whom is dressed in black body armor,
Oh.
carrying an assault rifle, opening the door and clearing into the building you're in on the bottom floor, followed by another person who has they're not carrying any weapons, which concerns you more than anything else. Because if someone is walking around this world not carrying any weapons, it's usually because they don't need weapons to defend
Oh,
themselves.
Shit.
Do you want to grab?
Brayden?
Yeah.
You see something different.
Oh.
You realize that there is a sniper perched on top of the building, the Xiaodong building across the street.
Okay.
And you realize this about the time they shoot at you.
Oh,
Oh.
no. Oh
Oh
no.
no. Oh boy.
And I am going to tell you guys what I see.
Okay.
I guess as this is happening to you, poor Brayden.
Grab
I would
Jollimon and let's get out of here.
Well, we can try to hack into the building security and,
So
maybe
Brayden,
section
yeah.
them off.
What's your armor?
13.
All right. -5 from that.
8.
Add your body.
What is my body?
His main stats.
So
It's this thing.
14.
Roll 14. You're rolling to resist damage from taking a shot from a sniper rifle.
Okay.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I believe we need to go.
We have the faces.
Tell me how many successes you get. 3. All right.
Oh.
You take 9 points of damage, physical damage.
Oh, we did. Oh, we did.
How many hit points do you have, Brayden?
7, 8, 9. So I took 9. 2 hit points left.
So
Ouch.
you look down and see these people entering the building, and you're like, oh crap, and you look up just in time to hear the sound of a suppressed rifle shot and watch Brayden right next to you take it right in the chest, and it knocks him backwards.
No.
Everyone gets to roll me initiative.
How did we roll initiative again?
So, everyone rolls a d6
D6.
and
8D
adds
or
1d6
Yeah.
and adds their initiative or an intuition plus reaction.
Oh,
You
so,
can
yeah.
spend an edge to get 5d6 to roll instead of 1.
I will
I
spend.
assume that does not
an
count
edge.
for me since I'm
Intuition
not
and
really there.
reaction.
No, it does count for you.
Oh, it does?
But because
So
you're in the
intuition
matrix,
and
you
reaction.
get 4 to
46.
it.
46
Yeah,
plus
46
my
plus-
matrix initiative.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, I'm at -3. Oh, actually, yeah, -3 to all my rolls now. What is that
Still-
damage?
Is this still counting successes thing? I forget. Or do we
No,
add numbers?
just add the numbers
Add the-
together.
So this is gonna be.
I am using an edge point.
So on my 46, I rolled a 6, a 6, a 6, and a 5.
Nice.
So,
Do all of the things.
Plus 9.
Where'd you get the +9?
That's his
That's my that's my matrix initiative.
Oh.
So
Oh.
that's 18,
Oh.
19, 20,
Well, I rolled my max initiative though.
30.
23 for me.
Let's see, hang on.
so it's your roll plus your initiative, right?
Yep.
I'm just waiting
Alright,
for
so-
Lance to call him.
12.
10.
Let's see,
15.
Okay.
Oh, plus my initiative would be 30. Sorry. I forgot
Oh,
to.
did you spend an edge to get 5?
No,
I
you
didn't.
said intuition
No.
Plus
1d6.
Yeah.
plus the numbers.
the number for intuition and reaction.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Yep.
That's my bad.
Because remember, once everyone takes their turn, after your turn you minus 10, and then you can potentially go
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
We'll get to you in a minute. Keith.
32.
We'll get to you in a minute.
I was a
Let me do
28.
this again.
I used an edge point.
I hope you guys do some good stuff because
20.
Right away!
That sounds more
Okay.
I'm
So,
going last.
Keith, unsurprisingly, you have the highest initiative.
Yep.
Imagine.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
All of the things, please.
Okay, so
I've been shot.
Okay, so the situation is we've got a sniper on the roof of the real estate building.
Okay.
We've got people
You've got 2 people entering the building from the
penetrating
base floor.
our building.
Yep.
Alarm system.
One of them had an
Shut
assault
off.
rifle and body armor. The other one had
Not.
nothing.
Got
No
it.
armor, no weapons.
Got it.
Lock the doors.
Yeah.
I feel like
look
locking the
good,
doors
that'll
wouldn't
do.
matter.
Give
Okay,
us
so
slower
do
now.
I feel like we've got all the faces
We've got all the faces.
from that?
Mm-hmm.
Do we pull the sprite alarm?
Well,
I'll
they
set
do.
that with
They're not the ones
Sprite.
that shot us
How do we know?
because they're
it
on
their
the bad guy
security?
building.
They're on the bad guy building? Okay.
So bad guys
We
shot
actu-
me.
We actually,
Yes.
I have no idea what's going on. Is the problem?
Right.
How? I'm gonna kick an anthill.
dear.
How close of a circle are these guys in the room here?
Are you trying to kill them all by blowing up the drone?
We're not supposed to kill anyone.
I'm not trying. I'm not going for killing. I'm going for maiming and or disorienting.
You
How
could-
close are they?
Close enough that you can definitely do that.
Okay.
Oh,
Then
dear.
the first thing I want to do is zip my drone down right in the center and blow it.
I mean, to be fair, they didn't
Okay.
tell us not to kill anyone.
And we're not
Yeah.
killing anyone. We're just maiming them.
We don't know that.
I have no idea what's about to happen here.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's my first.
You blow it up. That's
And the feed goes away.
that is the end of your turn. Minus 10 from your initiative.
All right, that will give me 22.
Does anyone have an initiative higher than 22?
I got 28.
You go next.
Okay.
Always so intense out.
Okay, so the ones that enter, they're on the first floor
First
right
floor.
now? Okay,
Get the elevator working for us. Is there 2 elevators or just one in this building?
There are no elevators in this building.
yeah,
Oh joy.
Just stairs.
just stairs.
One set.
Yeah. So I want to, I think, I want to try and lock the doors to at least slow them down. I mean, it may not hold them, but it may slow them down.
Locking the doors would also make it difficult for you to get out.
Can I just lock the lower floor?
Yes. Roll me.
This is not good.
One of your cyber deck abilities. So you've got those 4.
Yeah.
So it's one of those plus hacking.
Okay. What, like, just any one of them?
Yep.
Okay. So that'd be that. 4 plus hacking is 10, so 14.
Go ahead.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
I hope you all realize that was going way too well for you. That was way too easy.
Of course.
I figured.
Told you I didn't trust them.
We don't know it was them, but at this point,
I assume the
okay.
bottom
Ooh,
2
that's
are.
nice.
I assume maybe the bottom 2
That's
are.
4
but
on the
not
first
top.
roll.
But not the
We
sniper.
don't
And
know.
second
That's
roll.
the thing. We have 0 information to go on, so
Right.
I'm kicking anthills.
Yeah.
That's my plan at this point.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. That's 5. That's 9.
All right, you lock down the first floor,
Okay.
and minus 10 from your initiative.
Yep. That puts me at 18.
Pretty sure Keith, you have the highest.
22.
So you can go again.
All right. So with the drone gone, I'm going to pop into the matrix. Now, is giving the sprite my order? Would that be my turn, or would
That would be a simple action. You can do one more simple action on your turn.
Okay, so I'm definitely gonna give that order.
Okay.
Okay, let's
to
tits up.
pull it,
Let's do this.
Then I'm going to see.
It's about to get real interesting.
Just gotta get out of here. We gotta escape.
I'm gonna see if I can get into the host for
Go to the roof
the
by
real
yourself.
estate building.
Okay.
Fire escape.
You can enter the host
We had a
just
plan
fine.
set in.
Yeah,
We'll have
that's
to ask about
Alright,
that.
so that's
Yeah.
Yeah, but how we gonna
your
get
other
that
simple
building?
action. You're
Okay.
now in their host.
We had a plan.
Minus
for
10 from your initiative.
okay. That puts me at a 12.
You
that.
would,
20.
so you go next.
Okay, so I am first going to try and take out the sniper.
Okay.
With what?
Her assault rifle.
Yes.
From how far?
This far.
I mean,
Get him.
an AR is functional for that purpose too.
You will take you will take a -2 to the roll for it being at such an extreme range. It's at like the very
It's in range, but it's
the
not extreme.
where the sniper is set up and where you are, it's in range barely, but there's enough other cover around there. You'll just be at a -2 to the roll to hit.
How? Okay, how do I know how this?
It will be your agility plus your long arm skill.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't even have long.
I got good
Why am I
guns.
getting-
So minus
Brayden,
2.
I'll probably help heal you.
Thank you.
I have first aid.
I'm good.
What is the armor piercing value of your rifle?
Armor piercing is gonna be
It'll be AP.
AP. Okay. Minus 2.
Okay.
Oh wait, is that right? Yeah. I just had to make sure I was looking at the right number. Sorry.
Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him.
That was 3 successes.
Okay. Give me just a sec.
I see he rolls his dice one by one.
So how much? There is a base damage value to your assault rifle. It'll be DV.
DV. I don't see DV. I see damn.
Okay, it's that.
10p.
All right. So
P
what?
is-
P means physical,
Okay,
as opposed
so
to like
physical
acid
damage.
or
Gotcha,
like.
gotcha.
So you hit. So that's an automatic 10 points of damage, and every success after the first one adds 1 to the damage.
Okay, so what did I say? 3.
So that's 12.
So that's 12 points damage.
Okay. Now I will roll to see how much of that she is able to resist. She resists 8 points of it, so you
Oof.
deal 4 points of damage.
It's a
You
tough
definitely
cookie.
hit.
Okay. Alrighty then.
That would be.
That's all I can do.
You only fired 1 shot, so that would be a simple action. So you still have 1 more simple action left.
Can I shoot again?
Yep. Go ahead.
I'ma shoot again, because I don't want her shooting one of us.
Aim for
So.
the
Kind of
eyes.
a bit late for that, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Or
I can't feel my arm. Wait, I can't feel it anyway.
1, 2,
The
3,
ghost
4.
pain.
Okay.
So
Which-
that'll be 13 points.
Yes.
Which rifle do you have?
The FNHAR.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. That's what I got. I should have brought mine. I don't know why I didn't.
I got your back, buddy.
I'm better at guns than anything. One of these days I'm gonna get myself. a
All
sniper
right.
rifle.
She only can resist 6 points of damage that time, so that's a lot of damage. So
A lot
Does
of
it look like she
killing
drops?
damage.
Okay.
Sniper's down. But you've also fired an unsilenced gun.
Yep.
Oh,
It
okay.
makes lots of noise.
Well, you know, cat's out of the bag now, so.
Well, I mean, people were already coming for us at this point in time. There might end up
Yes.
being more now. This could be an interesting thing.
Minus 10 from your initiative score.
10.
Mine's at 18.
Okay, so well, you guys took. She's out of the game, so yeah, it is your turn. Good thing, otherwise the assassin would be going next.
Yeah. I want to heal him with first aid.
With the first aid skill,
Yes.
do you have a med kit?
If you look over next to Jolly Bob, there's a med kit like right next to his feet on the desk.
There's gotta be one in the office somewhere.
I specifically said I was bringing
You
my med
did
kit.
specifically
Oh, yes,
say
you
you're bringing
did.
your med
Yes,
kit.
you did.
So there is a med kit.
Okay.
You won't be able to use it this turn, but you can get it
Get it
as
ready.
a simple action,
Okay.
and your whole movement will be a simple action.
Okay.
So you have the med kit. You're over at Braden. You can heal him the next time you have a chance. -10 from your initiative.
Okay.
So what's your initiative, Braden?
15.
It's your turn. You're laying on your back.
I honestly can't do anything.
You have taken a bullet.
I have taken
You
a
get
bullet.
old, right?
I literally can't do anything.
Hold your action.
To do what?
Well, when I heal you, you can do stuff, right?
So
Like
your
what?
sprite has pulled the plug on all of that.
I don't know. Something, right?
Yeah, it's pulled the alarm
No,
on
it's
the other
I
side.
can't do anything because there's nothing to do.
You guys did plan an escape route.
Yes,
And
we
you're
did.
the only one who knows.
No, she told all of you. Like that's the point of planning.
Well, yeah, we
So
came up
everyone
with-
knows
yes.
where you can escape to. So you guys can elect to begin escaping.
Okay, I'll wait to get healed and then I'll go heading off towards
The
escape route.
Okay.
So he's holding right now.
So -10 from your score.
5.
We're gonna see if people can get through your doors that you closed on them.
It's a simulation all over again.
Okay.
At least I don't have to figure out how to work a USB this time.
So
Yes.
who is wearing the astral?
They are.
Well, you're laying on the ground.
Uh-huh.
You've been shooting out the window. You see something not fun. There are a lot of spirits heading for the building you're in.
Shit.
And I
shit,
mean like 15 or 16.
Woo! We gotta go.
We can't get
Gotta
out.
go.
There's no.
We gotta go now.
Is it, what's our escape route? The fire escape?
What?
Tell us, Danny. What is your escape route?
So I was
To
thinking,
book a helicopter? A blimp?
There's an inflatable zeppelin on the roof.
So?
in
Airships are making a comeback.
At this point, I would take it.
in my brain it would have. He cheers for us when we're gonna
Yes.
die. 'Cause-
Nobody's dead.
Yet.
Yet.
So that's a great face.
Gasm.
So I'm thinking our escape plan included kind of cloaking ourselves as best we can and making it to would there have been fire escapes and all of that kind of stuff.
Oh,
We're going to go kind of opposite the fire escapes and have a hatch like out through one of the what's the word that I'm looking for? Like one of the larger industrial vents
Uh-huh.
and whatnot. I figured we'd get out of one of those so that the people that are waiting for us at the bottom of the fire escape don't have the pleasure of grabbing
Okay.
us. So, the vents and rope, Boondock Saint style, what we gotta do.
So that is your escape plan out of the building, and I assume after that it's run like hell?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I don't have running
So-
as a skill, so this ought to be fun.
Is run actually a skill?
Yep.
Yeah.
We do have the option of
Oh,
dropping down in the sewer.
Jing.
I assume we probably had some mode of ground transportation close by.
Van?
Oh yeah.
I do have the ground transportation.
No one
thing,
You've got a wheel
specifically
van.
prepped ground transportation for a getaway.
but
so-
technically
No,
we
we
didn't
didn't.
really
No, we
like
didn't.
we discussed having a getaway plan, but we didn't actually discuss the specifics of it anyway.
Right, but no one said there was a
So-
vehicle on it. So you did come here in a vehicle, but it is out front where all the spirits are. It is not part of your escape plan.
If there is a vehicle close by that we could possibly hack, that might be a
I was
good
just
thing.
thinking that.
That's not ours. Let's roll with that.
Well, yep, let's go.
So what's everybody's initiative scores at?
5.
12.
10.
8.
You go first. Go ahead, Keith.
All right.
Get
So,
towards the
Ooh.
exit,
That's a good idea.
please.
Zip line!
okay,
Woo!
so
Shit,
I
what,
am
across
going
I don't know what we're gonna do, I
to
guess.
So I'm sitting in the host.
Yep.
Of the other building.
Let's call the cops on the other people.
I would
I could.
like to find the security nexus and get into it, please.
All right, roll me sleaze plus computer.
I knew that.
Nope.
Sorry.
Sorry.
And I believe you'll be next, Danny.
Okay.
I'm gonna heal him so he can get up.
That's a good idea.
Start getting away. Grab his body.
Yep.
4 successes.
Okay. You are able to trace the humming, if you will, of the host. You have found the room that is the security nexus.
Okay.
Now what?
I will point out, up to this point, you have not tried to hide yourself in the Matrix.
Which means
So if you
God
enter,
and
so far
ban-
you haven't walked in, but once you walk in, you are not trying to hide from them, from the spider. They'll immediately know you're there.
Yeah.
But finding the nexus is a complex action,
Right.
so that is all you can do for this round.
Right.
Minus 10 from your initiative.
And yours
Takes
too.
me to 2.
Danny.
Okay. So, as far as action things, what would like putting a call into the police be?
Simple.
So, and then starting the process of running away would be
Simple.
simple?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to start the process of running away.
Before you call police, I will point out, unless you have a backup comlink that you're happy to throw away, the police will be able to link the comlink you used to call them
Yeah.
to the call they received. So unless you have, unless you're going to ditch the comlink or it's
I'm going to grab his burner phone.
is it a separate, is it an actual comlink or is
Yes.
it part of your...
Because I had bought a comlink before,
Right.
but then you're like, you can have it installed. Oh, and I didn't get rid of it, so I had
Okay.
an extra comlink. So
Alright.
So I'm going to use that to
Okay.
call the police, and I'm going to report for the other building.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then I'm going to start working on getting our
Alright.
escaping.
Roll me...
I'm going to disguise my voice too when I do that.
These
roll
guys
me
are-
agility running at +1.
This guy's your voice as one of the other people on the comms that we heard.
Yeah, exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Agility, running.
And if you don't have any skill points in running, then you
Plus
make it at a
one.
-1.
Oh no, I've got
But
I've
it's
got
a
running.
+1 on top
Plus
of all
one.
that because you prepped your escape route.
Okay.
I don't have running.
We've got 1, 2,
I'm testing to see if I
4
lost it.
successes.
I'm an old
All
man.
right. Just keep marked down somewhere that you have 4 successes so far. The escaping through the escape route will be an extended test. You'll have to acquire a certain number of successes
Yeah.
before you are.
Before we
away.
successfully escape. Okay.
And there are actions that the people chasing you can take, and if they succeed, it'll chip
Okay.
away at some of the successes you
Gotcha,
already
gotcha.
have. So it's like this weird contested but also extended thing to see if you're able to get away.
Oh, wait. I'm not sure if you'll let me retcon it. Like, part of what was happening in my head there is also dragging him off. Do I need to make that as a separate thing?
That would be its own action.
Okay. I'll retcon it if you'll allow it. If you won't, that's fine. I'll just keep going.
Which action do you want to retcon?
I
Either you didn't
would
start
grab him
running
before
or you
I
didn't
start,
call.
because you're still in the Matrix, right? I think I might be the only person who's really strong enough to be able to handle you.
I got a strength 3. I don't know what yours.
Mine's
Okay.
5.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably the
So
strongest here.
yeah,
I'm a little mad.
in my mind, I grabbed him first, and I should have said that. I'll whatever
Okay.
whatever you tell
So
me.
you have not yet started. you either have not yet started running through your escape route, or you did not call the police. You have to give up one of those to be able to grab him.
I would say call the police.
Forget the
Yeah, I'll
We
give.
need to call the police.
I'll give up the call the police one.
Okay.
And add
So
that.
you have him with you, and you have 4 successes on your escape.
Okay, cool.
Minus 10 from your initiative.
Okay,
So what's everybody at?
that
8.
brings me back to 0.
What I could do
Oh dear.
You heal me.
Is-
Get the out of here.
There are
Well,
so
no,
many
I could hack
faces.
the person that's downstairs with their comm set to call the police.
Can.
That way it traces back to them.
You guys do know there's also a whole bunch of spirits ready to swarm your building.
Which means run.
I want out of this
Okay.
place.
Fine, fine.
Uh.
Okay, I will heal him. And
Okay. So roll logic and first aid.
alright, so that'd be 7.
What does the med kit give him anything?
What device rating is it? 6? It'll give you a +3
Plus 3, nice.
because he's got a good stocked med kit.
Okay, so that's all my
That's
dice.
the best, baby. Because I knew I was.
Ooh,
gonna
that's
be the
good.
one that took
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
All right, you heal 6 points of physical damage. Now it's not technically healed,
Yeah.
but as of right now, he's stopped the bleeding. You no longer take the penalties for those.
Okay.
But if you take another injury, you immediately lose all the stabilizing he just did.
Right.
Don't get hit.
I won't.
And then that was a complex action, so
Yeah.
minus 10 from your initiative.
Yeah.
0.
So that's 0.
Your turn.
I'm using both of my simple actions to escape.
All right, so roll me agility and running.
I don't
Plus
have
1.
running.
So just agility
Okay.
straight.
8.
You super agile, man.
I have 9 agility.
Jeez.
Holy
Ooh,
cow.
jeez.
Oh, wow.
3.
Okay, so just make a mark somewhere that you have
Okay.
3 successes towards running away.
Okay.
And then minus 10 from your initiative, which should put you
0.
below 0.
Yeah.
You're gonna. It is your turn, Keith. You're the last person to go this round.
Oh,
That's like where you like a backpack.
Run to the hills. Running far, far away.
trying to decide if I want to kick over some more anthills or not.
You want to pull the alarm?
What's that?
You gonna pull the alarm?
Here,
You already
did.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
already did. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna bust into the security room, and I'm gonna see if I can pull the plug on the building and just kill the power to it.
Okay. Roll me attack plus cyber combat. No, plus hacking.
Okay. So here's plus hacking.
You're talking about the other building, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said charisma?
Yeah, your charisma is your attack. So it's your attack plus hacking.
So 3 and 6 is 9.
That's a lot of dice.
1, 2, 3 successes.
Okay. That is not enough to hack the power. You can continue to do this on a subsequent turn as an extended action to get enough successes.
No, it was sort of a last ditch effort to cause mayhem. Once I see that that's not going to work, I'm going to drop my matrix connection and just
Okay.
hit the meat world again.
All right. And so that happened in all of that has happened in approximately 10 seconds.
Wow.
Everyone roll initiative again.
Alrighty.
If you spent an edge to get those extra dice last time, you have to
Yeah.
spend edge again to get it this time.
Yeah.
It doesn't carry over.
Alright, I'm gonna spend edge this
And
time
now
because
I am-
this is the end game.
Yeah.
So it adds 5 to your initiative, right?
So I'm
Yep.
no longer.
So you get 5d6 instead of 1.
Okay, remind me
And
what
you
this
are-
is.
So it's for everyone, since none of you are in the Matrix right now, it is 1d6 plus, so whatever you roll, plus the value of your initiative and your reaction.
And what if you spend a
In edge, then it is 5d6, all those values
Okay.
added up, plus intuition
Okay.
plus
Wanna do that.
reaction.
Yeah, I'll spend my another edge.
I might as well. We're in the end game.
So that's plus initiative plus reaction.
27.
7, 8,
That one's gonna be 30.
20.
I'm streaming, but I need a color. Is there a party color? Red, blue, peach? For Chipper is working on.
I like
the
blue,
VR
but
hammer.
that's just me. 25.
I'm partial to green, but
Green.
For what?
Chip is asking if we got a party color.
Party color?
I mean, I'm a goblin, so I like green, but
I kind of like green. So green.
A deep green, not a pale green.
Yeah, deep
yeah,
green.
deep like I'm thinking like emerald green.
Sploof wins.
All right, so
27.
25.
A dark green Chipper.
okay,
Nice.
you go first,
What did you get?
11.
and you are currently running your
He's out.
escape route
Yes.
with Keith in tow.
Yes.
So go ahead and make that same roll as last time. Agility plus running plus 1.
1, 2, 3, 4. Plus running plus
And
2.
I'm at edge points.
Plus that.
Yay.
You didn't die.
I didn't
You
die.
almost died.
I almost did.
So that
2 more points and I would
is
have gone there.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes. That's 4
Alright.
sixes. That's awesome.
So add another 4 to your total for your escape route.
So I get 8. And that one was a simple, right?
No, it's a
That was complex.
no. You're right. It is a simple.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and do it again if you would like.
Okay. And
Might
we're
as
done.
well.
Is there anything else? Like, how close are these guys behind me at this point?
So far,
Well, I've
only-
healed him and haven't started.
Only Braden has also started running.
I'm
the
only
escape
3
route.
ticks, so
So they're
we will be fine.
he
We're
hasn't left the
coming
room
close.
the room you guys were in yet. Braden's behind you a little ways.
Okay.
The goal to succeed, for you to successfully escape, you have to get to 30 successes
For the whole group or for
individually.
Oh, man.
I'm only at 3.
That is, jeez, holy cow, that is 6 successes,
Adaman,
and all of them except one was a 5 or was a 6. What did I just say? 6 plus 6. Okay,
minus 10 from your initiative score.
20.
Now I believe you're at the highest.
What would you get again? I got 27. What did you get?
25.
Okay, so now you can go, Braden.
Running.
Yep. Roll it twice. Add them up.
So it's agility plus running at -1 because I don't have running, right?
Right, but at +1 as well.
Okay, so everything's
So it just sort of cancels out to just your agility.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
My agility's 3.
1.
All right, add it in.
Second running for my second action. Oh boy. 3. Yep, it's my turn.
All right, so minus 10.
17.
Your turn, Nate.
Okay, my turn. Well, since he just left me,
Just run.
I'm running.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Grab the deck.
Uh,
I thought we grabbed everything.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I assumed we did.
well, I mean, we grabbed everything important.
I woke up out of the room. I didn't know what you guys did, so probably still gonna call out. Grab the deck.
We
Got
got
it.
everything important.
Woot woot woot. Thank you,
Alrighty.
Freestone.
Yeah.
You're a good man, Charlie
2
Brown.
successes.
You are a good
You
man,
are
Charlie
at
Brown.
2 successes to escaping. You can do it again.
I can do it again?
Yep, it's a simple action.
Oh, okay.
I can't add. That's supposed to be 14, not 24.
Since
Like, how am I that close to 30 already?
since since I'm being carried along,
You don't have to roll at the moment.
right.
You're welcome.
I will use my
When
last.
I do start rolling, do I start
edge
at 0
point.
or do I start where she?
You'll start where she is.
Okay.
I will use my last edge point.
Okay.
You are welcome, sir.
One, two, three, 4. So another 4. I'm at 6.
Okay.
That's it.
Minus 10 from your initiative score.
You've
Yeah.
caught up to me though.
It is now my turn. Each of you loses 4 successes
No.
to your total score as your pursuers attempt to catch up to you.
Jeez.
Rude.
And so now I believe Danny, you're back to having the high score.
20?
So the doors didn't
I'm
slow
down
down.
to 3 escape points.
By the way, if you drop down to 0 escape points,
You get caught?
you're almost caught. And then if you get no more the next turn, so like if you spend two total turns at 0, you get caught.
Hmm.
So like once you hit 0, you're in like the danger zone, and if you failed your checks after that, you get caught.
Okay, so that's going to be a plus 3.
So we have to
and
get
then I'm
30
gonna do it
total to
again.
get away.
Yeah.
This is gonna take a long time of rolling.
We running.
By the way, Danny, what's your body attribute?
My body attribute is plus 8.
Okay.
Should I be adding any of that into this?
No.
Okay.
After 8 turns of running away, every turn after that you take -1
Body.
consecutively to the roll.
After 8 turns around.
So here's how this works. We're getting into some math here real fast.
Oh.
So your
Math.
body attribute is like how tough you are.
3.
Once you have made a number of rounds spent just running away, that's all you did. Once you have done that for a number of turns equal to your body modifier, you are now exhausted. And for every turn after that you make any roll that's like running away or physically strenuous, it adds another -1 to your dice pool. So if you have spent 8 turns running away and you do it for a 9th turn, you're at -1.
Okay.
You do it for a 10th turn, you're at -2, -3, -4 as you push your body past its natural endurance.
Per turn, not per roll.
Not per roll, per turn.
Okay, so this is
We're only on 2.
third roll.
Oh, this is
That I-
second.
This one I think is my.
This is 3 for you, this is 2 for you.
Next
Yeah.
one will be 2 for me.
Yeah. Okay, so that brings me to 16 so far. And
Goodness, you're halfway. I'm even. Goodness.
I'm carrying an unconscious guy too, man. I mean, what's the hold up, man? So,
Oh, by the way, what's your body attribute, Keith? -3 from your body attribute to determine your endurance because you are carrying him.
so that would be 5.
Right, so if you put him down, you won't have that minus to it anymore because you're no longer lugging him around. But lugging him around makes it harder, it's harder on your endurance than if it's
So that
just
means
yourself.
it's like 5 turns.
Right, so long as
But
you're
that was
carrying
just
him.
3, so we're okay.
Alright.
That's all I can do.
Okay,
Mm.
I ran
so
twice.
-10 from your initiative,
Okay. 10.
and Brayden.
Running. Away.
What's that?
Maybe we should like shoot him in the knees or something.
1.
It was.
Okay. I couldn't remember if
Gosh,
that was an
dang it,
initiative
dice.
thing or if
Yeah.
it was an
One.
actual full turn, so
Right.
thank you. I don't remember.
Now, once you put Keith down, you immediately go back up to 8. The penalty's gone as long as you're not carrying Keith.
Come on.
I'm carry as long as I can, and then
One.
if I look like I'm
That's
getting
better.
exhausted, I'm put you
Way
down,
better.
and then
5.
slap you real good. Wake you up.
I'm gonna get caught.
I'm at 9. Okay, that's my. And then minus
Oh, the Matrix.
another 10, so 7.
Okay, yeah, mine's at 15. So, all right. I can run one time and then I can still shoot that same turn.
If you are running away, you can't stop to shoot. Stopping to shoot
stopping takes a simple action, right?
Well, and not just stopping. So basically, you guys are in the process of running away and trying
Yeah.
to lose your pursuers.
Yeah.
If you do anything other than run away, you basically lose all your successes you've gained so far.
Gotcha.
Because you are either doing something that draws them to you easier,
Yeah.
or you are no longer progressing and they are continuing to catch up.
This is where that diversion
Okay.
would have come in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should have pulled the trigger on that one.
Okay, I'm running. That'd be 2 successes on that one.
Follow your gut, Dark Horse. Don't know why you didn't.
And 1 on that one. So that puts me at 5.
Alright. You all lose no successes
Woo!
this turn. And now, what are you at, Danny?
10.
Keith, you are now the highest person in initiative.
Use the Matrix to maze us.
No, I just got out of the Matrix.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so low.
Alright.
So what are we doing?
Running!
Running!
We're running.
Okay. So I assume I'm still being carried. Looking back behind us, what am I seeing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I am going to keep carrying you until it becomes the point that I would start getting exhausted so that you can still take actions.
Okay.
So if you can still
As
take...
far as you can tell, Keith, there is nothing pursuing you.
Put on
I'm going to
the
hand you the
glasses.
glasses.
That, for you to give
Oh,
them
that's
to
an
him is an
action.
action. Keith can try and take them off of you while you're running.
I'm going to recommend that because that's... Take my glasses. Take my glasses. I'm just going to keep going. Take my glasses.
Flip them over.
They're not right on your tail, but you can see flittering in and out spirits chasing you.
Must go faster. Must go faster.
Working on it, bud. Going as fast as
so
I can.
I'm gonna just draw out both of my strikers.
Okay.
I know that they're not gonna do any good right now, but I'm gonna watch for. I'm sort of gonna slide the glasses down my nose so I can look over them, and anytime I see one of them flit into the meat world, I'm gonna take a pot shot.
Every shot you take draws more attention to you, and it'll lower the successes you or Danny have occurred on escaping, because you are making it easier for them to find where you are.
Okay. Which is why I'm sort of holding off on taking shots unless they're, getting close and obviously in the physical realm. So I guess that kind of means I'm not really doing anything this go round.
So they rely on sight and sound to find?
Roughly. They can sort of track your life essence, but it's still, there's like a proximity thing, so if you can get far enough away or confuse them enough, you can lose them.
Let's split up.
We kind of
did.
I would assume your escape route that you planned was more of a general thing, and everybody's sort of,
yeah.
You don't want to just run in one line, but you're all heading the same general areas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, we gotta get
So
a 30.
I'm a little useless right now. Looking around, is there any sort of ground transport close by?
There is, but if you guys try, if you hack it to try and use it as an escape vehicle for whoever, anyone who's going to jump in to use it as an escape vehicle loses all the successes they have accumulated.
Okay.
I'm okay hoofing it, man.
Okay. Then I'm not gonna.
Then -10 from your initiative puts you at 1.
Puts me at 1.
It's your turn, Danny.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run a lot. Run. That is 3. And I'm gonna run again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 7 total. So that's gonna be 23. Okay, I'm at 23.
All right. Brayden.
Run as fast as I can.
Or at least the one thing that I'm good at that's useful right now.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah,
4.
23.
Yep.
Jeez. I'm at 5.
Again.
Somebody's got to get out of here.
My lady
Finish the job.
tonight.
Finish the job.
Are you smart enough to download the information from the cloud?
I'm carrying him. So hopefully.
I'm done.
Running.
And then that's fine.
You have my soul.
2.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Freestone. You're awesome. I gotta remember that I have a
Plus
Prime
1.
account and figure out how to use it.
I am now at 8.
Oh no, Professor Candace.
Everyone loses
Oops.
2 from their success scores.
Jeez.
Happy 3-month anniversary. Okay, so everybody
Yeah.
loses 2 from our.
From your accumulated successes.
Okay, that's. I'm still in the 20s. That's not awful.
Professor, no.
And to make this easy, we'll just start with Keith and go around. So we're sort of out of initiative at this point.
Okay.
So
Because
go
no
ahead.
one can spend any more.
Go ahead, Keith,
Yeah.
and you can do anything.
No. I don't want to distract Dark Horse.
I believe this turn will make turn 5 of carrying him, or
No,
is this
that
4?
was still 3, because if we're doing by turns, I had like 3 rounds of initiative that last time.
No, like each time you make those 2 rolls counts as 1.
Oh, that's why I asked if it was like
Yeah, you said
rolls or
turns.
turns.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's essentially every time we reset initiative is a round.
Okay.
Each time you get to act in a round is a turn.
I've got 2 more
Okay,
left.
so I'm gonna have to put you down so that I don't get tired.
Okay, where are we at? The
We're at
initial
21.
Putting him down, he starts at where you're at since you've gotten him this
So
far.
21?
Yeah, 20. Now, is this 5 and then I can put him down and I
Right.
go? Okay,
Okay.
so this is 5.
You
I'll
can do one
more.
more, but then after that you're going to want to put him down
Okay.
so that you don't start taking the exhaustion.
So that's gonna be 1.
It's okay, we'll get exhausted about the same
3.
time.
So that's 3. Four, 5. Okay, so we are at 26.
You're at 20. Yeah, 26.
Nate, go ahead.
Alrighty.
So you get to 26 and then drop my ass.
Yes. You're too freaking heavy.
Sorry, Mom.
I think this is like round 4 for me.
It,
Is that right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Apparently I am exhausted now.
So -1.
That's 1 success.
I've got 2 more rounds because I got 6.
If you have edge, you can spend edge to
I
get
spend
5.
all of mine?
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay.
All of
Yeah,
us are
not
edgeless.
horrible. So
I
that's
still have 1, I think.
plus 3.
How
There we
many
go.
edge do we start off with?
Okay.
Started with 2?
Don't you have 2?
I still have 1.
No, don't you have 2 runs?
Oh.
Yeah, I just did it.
Okay.
Brayden.
I got 2 more.
I am
This one
almost
and then
halfway
another
there.
one before I hit exhaustion. Oh. None on that one. But 3 on that one. And that's my go.
Nobody loses any successes.
Yes.
All right. So now you need to put Keith down. So Keith, go ahead and make your roll.
Okay, so it's agility.
It's agility plus running. If you have no skills in running, take a -1 to agility. But everyone already had a +1 from prior preparation, so it's basically just your
So
agility.
basically just my
Yeah.
agility. Okay.
Run, boy. Run like the wind.
1 success.
Run like you limbo so
and
hard.
I do it again. And no successes on that one.
But 27.
Wish
You
I
got
had
3
27.
more, Keith.
I just made it.
Okay. So now that you have successfully lost your pursuers,
You can start making the same roll,
Okay.
but you can give your successes to the other people running to represent you basically sort of. So now the
Running
spirits and
away.
everything else chasing you cannot find you. They've lost your trail.
Okay.
You're sort of doubling back and helping provide distractions and helping to throw it off
Oh,
everybody
hell
else.
no.
Okay. I'm
I'm
gonna
down to 2
start
dice.
off by helping with.
And you are no longer bound by that exhaustion thing because you are not actually trying to run away anymore. You're just helping other people.
Okay. So that's gonna give you 3.
Yay!
Come on, Nate.
Alright. That's 1. 1. Alright, 13.
That is my last
Almost
round
halfway
for
there.
exhaustion.
You can do it.
Hits.
I'm an old man.
1.
Leave an old man alone.
You have access to all the
6.
information that we pulled from the camera, right?
We're out of
It's on my
initiative, right?
deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're out of initiative?
Yeah, we're just kind of
25.
Yeah.
So you're where?
I'm at 25.
So you're
Everyone loses 1 success.
Ah,
Except you. You're fine. You have lost them. They are no longer able to try and capture you.
hits.
Back at 12.
Right back where I was.
Go ahead, Keith.
Come on,
Alright.
Keith. Come on. This
Yeah,
is it.
me
This is
too.
it. This is your escape.
No successes.
Do it again.
One more go. You got this.
1 success.
Ouch.
Where are you?
27.
Help him.
Danny, by the way, you don't have to give all your successes from one roll to
the
just one
same
person.
person?
You can split them up however you would like.
But I am the last one furthest away.
He is
He is the
last
farthest.
Now here's the thing. We're close enough that we could, once we're out,
You can also
we
help me.
start
Yeah.
helping.
Okay. Okay, so that's
6 away. I have to get 6.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you those 2. Give you a little bit of a leg up.
Okay. Hey, halfway there.
You're at 27.
I'm at 27.
You're through,
Cool.
and you've got 1 more.
One more.
Okay.
Nate.
Alrighty. That was 1 success.
Really can just focus on trying to get them
And
through.
another 1 success. That's plus 2. 17.
I'm not in the right chair. Sorry.
Waiting.
Good to see you again, Pluto. We haven't seen you in a minute.
Oh, this could be it. 2. Okay, 3. I need 3 more. I'm out.
Okay. All right, Nate. Let's see how many you lose this time.
I'm the last one, because I'm old.
You lose none.
Yay!
So everyone else except Nate, just go ahead and make your 2 rolls. Add them all up. Give them to Nate. I'd be surprised if he doesn't make it out this time.
4.
You get 1 for me.
Okay.
5, 6. 6 for me.
Apparently that's all I can
4.
roll is a single success on physical stuff. But put me in front of the
6
computer
for
or
me.
inside a computer.
6. That's right at 30.
All right, you get your dud.
Sweet.
You through the help.
Oh my
of your
gosh.
team, you have all escaped.
Oh my gosh. Heart attack.
All right, so you have all successfully escaped
Oh my gosh.
from the spirits and the Shadowrunners and other associated things that were chasing you.
Let's get the hell out of here.
You are almost ready to turn in your job. There's just the small matter of identifying all the people who were at that meeting.
Yep.
Yeah.
And somebody somewhere got facial identification stuff?
You.
You guys
I
need
got
to,
facial
you guys need to
identification stuff?
purchase it
Yeah.
still, but
Oh.
you can now get it because you're out of the job.
Okay.
Yes.
How much would it be?
How high quality do you want?
What are our price tiers? Let's
You're
ask
probably looking
that
at about
question.
6,000, about 10,000, 18,000, and it keeps
Woo,
going on up from
that's
there. It sort of
expensive.
depends how expansive and how fast you want it to work.
I can
I
do
could
10.
I can put 3,000 in.
I've got 3,600.
I'm tapped out.
Yeah, I've got 10.
So if we put our,
Well-
I have 36,000 as well. So that's
Wait,
That brings us to
3,600?
3,600.
So
Okay.
on,
So
on
we
the
got
way back, on the way,
seven-
like once we're
we got about
clear of
7,000.
700,
pull all
7,200.
the
Yeah.
information
How much you got?
off of the server
I've got.
Uh-huh.
Oh, actually, I have
and
14.
wipe it and
So we
cancel
can
the
make the
server.
We can do the
Okay.
18. Yeah.
Yeah, we did 18.
Take a roll real fast.
And so once we get paid, we'll get all
Oh yeah,
reimbursed.
yeah, yeah. We'll be paid quite heavily.
Yes.
Okay. So we get the 18.
Roll me electronic warfare plus your firewall.
Electronic firewall is willpower. So willpower is 2, and electronic warfare
Steven
is...
says we should buy it from Cheap Rock. I'm pretty sure Cheap Rock is working against us. So I'm gonna pass on that one. Oof.
4 successes.
Roll again.
Okay.
We'll be tied.
Anyway, we can assist him.
You access it. It's there. It's just fine. You do notice something though. Someone else has been into your server and pulled it off as well.
As in copied or?
Copied.
So-
Yours is
okay.
still there, but someone else has gotten in
So
before
I'm
you.
gonna, pull it down, make sure I've got what was recorded on my deck, and I'm gonna basically duplicate that. Scrub the server, dismiss the service,
Mhm.
basically make it like that server never existed.
Okay. And you guys buy your facial recognition software?
Yes,
The
and
18,000 one.
we can buy the really nice stuff. So.
And once I've done that, I want
That's
to track down
probably the
who
last thing we can
access
buy.
my server.
But we have to get the information to them
Bet you it was
immediately.
Cheap Rock.
Bet you it
Roll me computer and sleaze at +2.
Okay, so there's the +2. Sleaze is.
I suggest we get this information to Mr. Johnson right away.
As soon as we get the facial recognition
Yes.
names. Go Keith.
Sure I'm right on that. So that was a +2 plus my intuition, 7 plus my computer is another 6, so it should be 13. How is that possible? 1 success
Ooh.
on 13 dice.
I know.
The digital fingerprints are familiar.
Mm,
Probably a technomancer you encountered once before.
yeah.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
I'm gonna keep going.
You're gonna keep trying to. Okay, go ahead. You guys do get the names of all the individuals
Wow.
involved,
Including the two really nicely dressed ones?
except for those two.
Uh-huh.
You are not able to find their information.
But we know where they came from. So
You can assume that
we have a
Yeah.
good
you
idea.
know where they're from.
3 more successes.
Okay.
So that's a total of 4.
You get the sense that she's covered her tracks well enough that you're unlikely to be able to get any closer to actually tracking her. The same way you're getting sort of paranoid about scrubbing everything, like she probably is doing the same thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Let it go, man. Let it go.
So I'm gonna get a hold of Mr. Johnson
Okay.
because we have our names. We have the information he wanted.
Yep.
That's what we get paid for.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah, we're gonna call him immediately.
Yep.
All right. So Mr.
Since-
Johnson.
Now that we've got our names,
Mhm.
I would like to see if I can scrub those records from the Matrix.
What records?
Of who?
Of the people. Well, I mean, no, never mind. That's not going to be any good. I just wanted to make it more difficult for anyone else to do the same thing that we're doing.
That's a task that without a lot of preparation is beyond your ability at the moment because unlike you guys, all of those people have actual sins that they use. So like they are identified, they are logged in the system. Removing them would be difficult, especially without any, preparation to do that.
Then I won't worry about that.
Okay.
All right, so you guys return back. You spend a couple days at your safe house just to make sure everything blows over and you're in the clear. You return to the Hanged Man, the bar that you work out of. You arrange a meeting through your broker, Rudolph, with Mr. Johnson.
Oh, Rudolph.
And you guys meet with Mr. Johnson, hand over your list of names, hums and haws over it. But he accepts it, even though two of the individuals at the meeting are unidentified. So you get the sense that one of those other people there is what they wanted. And he pays you. And I believe that the payment was agreed upon was 500,000.
Yes.
So 125,000 each.
Yep.
Yay!
Okay.
And Mr. Johnson offers you a second job.
Oh.
He says, you've done good work for us, and we could use you in the coming months here in Denver. We could use a reliable team to work with. Would you be interested?
Interested, yes, but we might
Depends
want
on the job.
a little bit more forthcoming information than what we were able to receive this time. Hopefully we've proven ourselves worthy of having a little bit more given to us.
We have been as forthright as is reasonable.
I think what my friend is referring to is money.
That can be arranged.
I mean, it wasn't, but I'm gonna play along.
I'll be in touch. And he gets up
Good
and
day.
leaves.
Yeah, man.
Excellent.
And that is the end of this Shadowrun one-shot.
Woo!
Oh.
We're open for another one. Should we
We
need?
are open for another one.
I hope you
but
guys enjoyed it.
That was fun.
The
That
plan
was fun.
is, of course, I had a lot of fun. I had a blast.
Or blood.
Ooh.
blonde.
Yeah.
You
But the
had a
plan
blunt.
is probably next week.
Yep.
We're gonna get back to the regular
Get to a
episodes
programming.
of the
Woot,
Glass
woot.
Breakers Guild here on Casual Cactus. So we will be getting back into that next week and carrying on with the adventures. Meanwhile, do check out the YouTube channel. It has all of our misadventures, everything that we've done in the Glass Breakers Guild. These sessions will be up there. The sessions that Braden ran, the sessions that Danny ran,
Yeah.
all of those will be up there for you guys to peruse as well. We also have our Discord server. Check out news and goings on in the cyber world that is belong to us. So check it out, and we will see you guys there.
Also, I'm hoping that I can be a little bit more active in that Discord tavern. If you want to throw some of your characters in the tavern in Discord, like they even made an appearance in my one shot when I ran the one shot a couple weeks ago.
that
So
was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
so yeah, feel free to bring any of your characters that you've created before. It's just essentially a casual place where when we have time, we interact. Our different characters from different games interact, and hopefully we'll be, now that we're not doing quite as much traveling, hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit
Hopefully.
more in there.
Right.
Right.
So there may be some big news coming up for the channel, but we will broach that subject when it comes up.
Yes, once we have confirmation.
Once we have some confirmations, we'll let you guys know what's going on. But big things are afoot here at Casual Cactus.
Finally gonna get recaps.
Woo! No.
No. No.
That may never happen.
That may
That's
never
asking
happen.
too much.
That's just asking.
Yeah,
we
that
got
is
some
too
stuff
much.
going. We've got some stuff in the
Are
works.
you drunk to remember how Discord works?
We
love
got some
this
stuff in
show.
the works, and we will we'll let you guys know what that is. Meantime, we look forward to seeing you guys again next week, same time, same place. We'll have all the gang together again and jump back into the jungles of Schult.
We should do a raid today.
We should do
There
it.
are two really awesome streamers streaming right now. One of them is our very own Griff. She has a
Oh,
cold,
yeah,
so she
yeah.
wasn't able to join us. but also Chipper Snacks is one of our favorite people. You can find. Should we? Oh, which one to raid? Which one to raid?
Which one to raid indeed?
Griff is in our Discord, so I am doing a shout out for her right now. Like, do the shout outs work?
They should.
Ooh, invite a DM from the audience. Perhaps next time we need a one shot. That could be a cool idea. Maybe not everyone.
There was a place in Colorado that had like one of those spy things that had lasers like that, and I just pushed my knee to stop it.
Let's see.
So there's the shout out for Griff.
For Griff. So do check her out. If you don't already follow her, follow her.
I think it's.
But since Chipper, I think we shout her out every now and then, but I don't think we've ever rated her. So.
Is it Chipper what?
Chipper Snacks.
Chipper _ snacks.
Oh, is there the unicorn things, or is that just Discord? Where's Chipper?
Got it.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Woo!
So we're gonna jump over in and.
Griff is great. I do give her 7 thumbs
Yeah.
up.
Absolutely. So we're gonna jump over and raid Chipper Snacks.
Who is also fantastic. We love her too, and she's compiling a coffee table book of our art.